as much.
High praise from Carson.
All right, we'll get into it. What's going on, guys? It's the Winter Soldier. Welcome to episode 30 of My Cup of Tea. The hair down today.
Did I miss something?
No, it's just my hair down today. Joining us as always, we have Sam Wilson.
Like, what's the black guy from Falcon and Winter Soldier? Sam Wilson? Sure, that works. We're kidding. It's great to be here. I had a lot of fun doing the commentary yesterday, watching Godzilla. So check that out on the channel. That was a lot of fun to do. And I'm glad to be back here talking WandaVision behind the scenes, Flash news. We got some cool stories today.
And also joining us, we have Ralph Boner.
Oh, wow.
This is the whole
Wow, I've been reduced to ashes through this introduction. The commentary was great yesterday. I can't wait to do it again next week. But yeah, just excited to kind of have a normal episode where we have some news and some upcoming things that we can talk about. And yeah, I got no green screen today. It threw me off. I took it down for no reason yesterday, and I was too lazy to put it back up. So we got purple lighting.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Very Agatha Harkness of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That works out. Just let you guys know, just off the bat, instead of dropping all of our info at the very end where no one's around, we did a commentary of Godzilla yesterday. I'm going to be editing down some highlights, but if you want to watch our full commentary of the film, it is up on the channel. I have multiple reference time codes available for when we hit play, so you can sync up and watch along with us for free. That's fun. But also if you have any recommendations of stuff we should watch, because right now we're watching on the Monster stuff, leading up to Godzilla vs. Kong, let us know in the comments. It'd be fun to check out what you guys would like us to see. But with that being said, we're going to get into today's stories. We're going to start off with the making of WandaVision. This is our little thing I didn't wait until 3 a.m. to watch. And it felt so bizarre. Like, in the first time in 10 weeks, I got a full night's sleep. That's not right. But don't worry, I'll lose sleep next week with Falcon Winter Soldier.
They can't just give us a break, Marvel. Come on, at least 2 weeks. Come on.
They just need to fix the drop time. That's it.
I know, right? Just do Fridays at 8. Boom.
Instead, I'm like, I'll take a nap, wake up at 3, watch the show, edit video, upload by 7, pass out. Oh, I got work in 5 hours.
Even like what HBO Max does, like during the noon, like at noon, it drops all their new material.
Yeah. Do you think Snyder Cut's going to do the same thing? I wonder. Like,
I think so.
I have not been evaluating what the other drop times have been for the HBO Max releases.
Yeah, because I was going to look, because they tweeted out that fan watch along screening on the 18th, and I didn't click on the link yet, but I'm assuming it's at some time, so maybe it will drop simultaneously with that.
Yeah, I assume that's Thursday afternoon, it seems like. Yeah. For the watch party at least. But I think overall it'll drop midday Thursday. Probably.
Fair enough. All right, so we have our official making of, not exactly full Disney gallery, but a nice little extended bonus feature you'd get from your Blu-ray copy of a Marvel film for WandaVision, the making of. And I will say I wish it got a little more intricate in the details. It does feel like it's fun making this stuff, and they have little hints in there, and that's pretty much the full hour. But it's still fun to watch for sure.
I agree. I didn't finish the doc, but I was thinking, I was watching it. I was like, should I take notes for the podcast? And as it's going along, I'm like, there's not really much to take notes on. Besides, they had a lot of fun on the show. They had a lot of fun crafting these characters and doing the Dick Van Dyke. They said Dick Van Dyke 50 times in this whole podcast. Or no, the whole doc.
They interviewed him.
Yeah.
Not for the doc, but before they filmed.
Mm-hmm. So it was really cool, man. I just liked seeing the behind the scenes, the whole set design for the whole show. Because that was the thing that was very cool to look at throughout all the decades as we're watching the show, seeing the set design change from week to week. And it was cool to realize they had a whole simple Dick Van Dyke set, but they just kind of rearranged it every week. So it wasn't really super different as much as the episodes made it look like. So I liked that. It was really cool.
Yeah. And I think for me, like it feels weird to be like, oh, the show lost me for like it's a fun behind the scenes thing, but
where's the narrative going in this?
Like, and you guys haven't seen the Frozen 2 documentary yet.
Here we go again.
But
you're right.
Listen, the bar is high. I'm telling you, like this Frozen 2 thing is like in the trenches and like behind the door, and they're like show even when they like make mistakes and they're like going through like and they're like. Literally, sometimes we like get the cameras out of the room. Like, it's not a good day today. Like, and stuff like I like to see like the challenge of making a show rather than like the glossed up like we made this genre bending show and we're gonna like they sit there and it's like it's cool, but it's like
show me your worst days.
I want to see the process rather than the self-congratulatory like pat on the back, if that makes any sense.
They literally be like, "Oh, I really like the costumes we got to wear," and I'm like, "Show me how you made them."
Right, like
take me in there.
And like even when Catherine Brown was like, "Yeah, it was like great when I got to put the costume on finally." I'm like, I want to see the screen test of when you first put on the costume and stuff.
They're
like
talking
that
about like how like weird it is, like that how they got harnessed under that giant like witch costume. I'm like, show me that process.
Right, it's like so it felt very like snippety. And not like it seemed like they kind of just gathered from like what stuff they had from some behind the scenes people on set rather than like
it's like they're filming.
It's
like they're already like filming like the show and then like halfway through like an episode they're like, oh wait, yeah, we have a doc. Wait.
Right, yeah, it kind of felt like that, which is it's fun and it was definitely I was like I'm like. It's just like sizzling through the sets. I'm like, no, wait, I want to like see like the one set of like inside S.W.O.R.D. Like it like went all the way up to the ceiling. I'm like, can you go slow mo on there for a second because it went up super high, and I'm like, I just wanted to see all the details, and I felt like it was really fast compared to like the Mandalorian roundtables. They would like sit down and like talk through the decisions. Like I love that stuff, and then like
I think. Like for example, like I feel like one of my biggest highlights of this was when we were just taking time and talking to actress Monica Rambeau and how she was just talking about how she was like her casting process and how hyped she was thinking like, oh god, what if it is Monica that I'm being cast for? And then it was, and
that was
like,
awesome.
Breaking out that she's having a blast.
Yeah, Tayana's whole reaction there was amazing, saying like, "Oh, I got a script for the '70s, and they said overact or overact." And I was like, okay, sure, I'll overact. I don't know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
And
then episode 3, and I'm like, yeah.
They showed that scene of her. It's the scene where it's where she gets the promotion and she's telling Wanda, and I'm assuming that's what the audition was because they cut right to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's totally her like the camp is on like level 11 and they're just
it
like,
really is, yeah.
And I love it so much, and I'm like, can you imagine like you would have no idea like all the show entailed just from that one little slice of audition. Like it's just crazy that and then Marvel Project, and you're like, oh my god, and then Monica Rambeau, and they're like, oh, like,
it's like she said she's been a fan since like the MCU like kicked off, and like, wow, that is awesome. That is like the dream.
Yeah, that was awesome. I just liked how open it was. Really, it was really cool. It was really open. Like Carson said, it wasn't as in depth as like the Mando. They weren't really diving into simple or certain things. But I did like how open it was. Like they were just free, just talking. Really.
But what we did get, thanks to Paul Bettany, is we got a full-on back on Iron Man segment.
Oh, yeah, we did. As soon as I started watching it, I'm like,
Jon Favreau called me up and said, "Hey, I need a monotone voice."
It's literally like we're back in the doc. It's like we always joke back on Iron, but we literally got that. Oh my god,
it's inevitable. Every doc has to mention it now because no other.
It makes sense though. Like it very much makes. We're in the Marvel universe, so
yeah.
But it was great though. Just it's funny because like I also forget like how much Paul Bettany's look has changed because he's like so like bleach blonde. Like that. Like wow, he looks upgraded. But yeah, he looks so like casual in the recording booth as well. Mm-hmm. Just like, and it's just funny like how the evolution like going to like Ultron when he physically gets the costume. And it's also weird like how they've developed the Vision's makeup on set. Like he doesn't have to have the full prosthetics anymore. He's just like paint dots. We got it later.
And Evan, you didn't get to this part, but they purposely painted him blue in order to get the red to pop when they turn it into black and white.
It's so surreal.
I saw images of that on Twitter. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's at the very end, and they did camera tests with like shades of blue, And of course, I would have loved to see like the wrong shades, like in the camera test.
Yeah, the messed up stuff.
But it was cool because they had to figure out how it would all like look, and just like do all these things because it's like the red's gonna look different.
And it's so weird because like I'll see like that beautiful like argument scene between Wanda and Vision where like they're like in the air in the house in episode 5, but then like he just has like the tracking dots and like he doesn't have the full headpiece, and I'm like, wow, it's kind of taking me out from the drama, but like they do so well with their performance of like the VFX and stuff, touch ups. It's so well done. I mean, and the fact that they like in like the scene for like episode 2 at the end when they like transferred to color, he is blue in that scene. They had to like repaint him CG over that performance, but it's still Paul, and like recolor it, but it worked very well.
Yeah, it's insane how they pull it off. And my speculative brain too, like there's like one shot in the whole thing
Mephisto,
where you can see a crew member with a mask, and it looked like it was one of the finale shots, which would make sense. So I'm like, oh, is that a reshoot? What is going on? I'm like,
there was actually a really like interesting. It's not even in this doc, but there was like a thing. Like there's apparently like one scene in the finale WandaVision when Wanda is talking to Monica. She says that line like, I don't understand this power, but I will. It's like it's different than like the other shots at that angle for her. They showed it the same day, but it was at like a different angle. And a weird thing they had to do to match it is they CG'd Elizabeth Olsen onto herself in that point, so there's a slight like
he talked
muscle
about
texture difference.
The direct on that podcast interview I sent the other
Kevin
day.
Smith one?
I don't know if it's the Kevin Smith one. I think it's the Kevin Smith one. He talks about it because Kevin Smith brings it up. He's like, I think I saw a change in the finale or whatever, and he's like, yeah, they basically like, I don't know if they wanted to change a line or something that they had to CG over her.
Which part of the finale?
Right, when the scene with Monica Rambeau at the end, right before Wanda flies away.
The thing I just explained.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I didn't know
she can't understand her power, but she will. Like that whole deal. Yeah. Like that scene was like different, I guess, and it wasn't like hitting, and so they decided to like change something up, and then they at that point, at that late in the shoot or the reshoots, I guess they couldn't get everybody or get everything as they needed it, and so they had to like.
You would never notice, like, actually.
No,
not at all. Especially that they shot it the same day. But like,
it's just interesting, like production stuff. I'm just like curious about.
Yeah, the CGI overall for Marvel was just very seamless. Did they interview the kids at all? In this time?
I wish.
No, and that was such a bummer because
I was really looking forward to that.
They're so wholesome. Like I retweeted this the other day. So that one of the kids was like on his Instagram live, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be referring to Elizabeth Olsen as Lizzie because I don't really know her as Elizabeth Olsen, so I'm just going to call her Lizzie. Like, just the ultimate flex, but, like, he doesn't know that it's a flex.
Even Evan Peters only gets, like, 1 minute, honestly, in this.
Yeah. I just got past Evan Peters stuff.
Still nice, though. And I love, like, all the stuff with Elizabeth Olsen, how she was breaking down like her theater acting days where they were doing like those exercises where like nobody does this stuff anymore, it's useless, but then she actually had to like bring that up for the overacting of the 50s. That's so great.
She was describing herself going to film school with studying film noir. I'm like, I want to be in Elizabeth Olsen's class.
She was also saying, like, she would like warm up, like she said it seems like they shot in order, which would make sense for this kind of deal. So she's like, yeah, the 50s were like my warm up kind of to get into it, and then by the time we got to those next episodes, I really felt like I could dive into it because
I also love
was warmed up.
How they like for like the 50s set, they had like the house and also Vision's work like right next to each other. So like it really is that stage production, like 50s one take.
And then the same audience it was there could observe each of the sets as they would move.
I was really fascinated by their studio audience because they all also looked dressed up 50s style.
They did.
And they all were like much older, and I was like, yeah, this isn't the normal Marvel demographic, is it?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, how did they, because in the beginning he's like, we've been working 2 weeks to make this happen for you guys. So like, was it, I want to know like what the criteria was to like get on this set. Like, it's so interesting.
Yeah, I was
the
just walking in with
NDAs.
a t-shirt on, like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was just like 50s, and they even had like old timey chairs that they had back then. They were
That was cool.
specific that like we even have like the railings of how they would be back in the day. I'm like, this is above and beyond, but this is phenomenal.
They probably skewed older so they could get people with a knowledge or love of sitcoms, or at least something like that. But
I think if you're like a Marvel fan, if you're like our age and a Marvel fan, I would be cracking up, just to crack up.
Because then it would show like scenes of like the Sokovian like greeting or whatever. I'm like, you're not gonna get that unless you watch like all this stuff. So it's like interesting.
But it's all wacky and we're having fun,
right?
So it's pretty good. Also,
not to mention off screen, there's probably like big laugh signs that say "laugh." Like,
dude, that'd be funny.
Probably, and that's how it was most of the time for sitcoms. Like, I also laugh right now.
I also love the interview stuff with Deborah Jo Rupp. She was having real fun. It was what she was saying, like, yeah, my nephew was like, if I don't take this job, like, he will never speak to me again. So here I am. But also she was like, but then like Elizabeth was breaking down how like she was having the most fun from like the finale stuff, and then she started getting so excited. She was like, I did like this full body scan for like CG stuff. That was so cool. Like I have photos of it, which I won't show anybody more. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, she looks super excited. I love how for a lot of older actors, they're all like, "Oh, if I didn't join this, my kids or my nephews or my cousin would be very upset with me." That's how it was for. I think like Joe Manganiello mentioned that sometime. Like, "Oh, if I didn't join this, my nephews would be super upset about me." Or so. A lot of actors really.
I love Darcy's whole deal of like she's like, yeah, all like this like science guys are in here or something. Like she's totally not like the character of just like popping off fact after fact after observation, just kind of like laid back. I'm like, it took me out of it. I'm like, wait.
No, I did. I mean, I did feel like in the interview that Kat Dennings felt much like Darcy in the show. I was like, wow, this is like I'm not getting a lot of difference here. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, she still had that wit to her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've seen Jimmy Woo too.
Yeah, dude. Okay, this man, the most wholesome person in his interviews. Like he was just like, I'm just so happy to be here. I didn't think I'd be back after that, man. This is just like everybody's having a blast. Like it's such a real family here.
Yeah.
Like
we're a whole new family and everything. I'm like, oh, Jimmy's the best.
He's so good. Oh,
they
man.
just need to keep him for every project.
I need that Agent of Atlas spinoff. I sent a screenshot in the comics.
We need it.
That'd be amazing.
Oh my goodness, so good. It's just it was so fun to see just like the breakdowns of as little as it was, just like everybody having fun. I also found it like fascinating how like in the 50s, like they had like down to like the proper undergarments of that era, like everybody was wearing the exact thing you had to wear, and it was like, oh, it really like shifts your posture and you want to move a specific way. Like, it was really interesting there.
It's like an era of like overcorrectiveness where everyone's got to be like proper and like live the American way, like kind of.
It is funny that they were like, it actually is helping my posture.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, and the music people. I gotta talk about the music people because can you just tell their passion of like she's like literally just trying to talk to the camera and her husband is just like playing. He's like, okay, so the 60s was on, and then he's like, all right, I know the 70s.
I like that though. I wanted him to keep going. I was like,
I know, but
hit those. I didn't even realize they were implementing the same motif into each one.
I know, they are geniuses. I'm telling you, when you go watch the Frozen 2 documentary, they're oftentimes in the room and they're like giving like story beat decisions. They're like, what if Elsa did this? And like, what if it would make sense for Elsa to do? I swear, I want them to direct. I said it like every week, but they're so cool.
I will say that is like one thing I was like really missing is I wish there was more like focus on the story development.
Yes.
Especially like in terms of like how they like decided to create like the commercials of each era, because there was like a brief shot of like the woman like from the Depression commercial coming out of the bed that was standing up, but like we didn't really focus on it. I know there was like an interview with the lady and I need to check that out, but I wish they were like breaking down like here's like let's do this claymation style commercial and how is it implementing trauma here, let's focus on this, and like that would have
I'm with you on that. Like, I'm shocked they didn't really dive into the commercials at all or the story development in general. They kind of teased at the beginning like, oh, this is Kevin Feige's baby. Like, Kevin Feige really wanted to do this whole Dick Van Dyke homage thing.
I don't even think they talked. Did Kevin even have an interview in this?
He didn't have an interview. He was mentioned.
I think he made. I mean, there was like clips of people speaking with Kevin. I don't know.
Like I think Jack Schaefer, she mentioned Kevin Feige. saying like, "Oh, this was his thing," and then they brought me on board, and I kind of was able to insert my own take into the show. I'm like, well, so like, what was the original story though? Like, what was your reaction to the story? Like, I wanted to kind of dive into the whole origin of the story itself because this is incredibly unique. So I really want to
And
see the
again,
whole
that one
development.
shot of the writer's room was so cool. And I'm like, I just want to like be a fly on the wall in there and figure out what they're talking
Mm-hmm.
about. Of like, how do you decide of like, okay, here's the comic elements that we think are relevant moving forward with like, but we also don't want to rely on all these things, but we think that these are emotionally resonant from this and this story. And we
Mm-hmm.
think that Lizzie could do this really well. Just stuff like that. Like, I want to
Yeah.
see.
It was also really great just hearing Lizzie speak on uh how she like grew up on like the Full House set and stuff, and how like she's like lived through this, but she never thought in her life that she would be like the one implementing the similar performances and stuff. So that was really cool to see. There's one more thing I was gonna bring up. Oh yeah, I was just like I really love how from both Paul and Lizzie that they were just like so happy that there was like a prominently like focused story on Wanda and Vision. They weren't just like side pieces within like big events. It was like like it took time to like really explore them, which is great.
Which is awesome. Yeah, they didn't just go along for the wacky ride that was WandaVision. Like the show was centered on them,
Yeah.
which is really cool. Again, I would have loved some more details on like the origins of the story for Wanda and Vision specifically in their arcs.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fine. Like I love seeing a lot of the interviews with Paul Bettany because he's just such an excitable actor. To see him talk about all this stuff, and he talked about like the fake butt he had on for the 50s, which is really
Everyone's
funny.
wearing Spanx.
Yeah. So that was funny too.
He was like, "Man, I maybe should have gone into sitcoms because like this is a blast, honestly."
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, it was a fun doc. So I'm looking forward to the other docs. It's probably going to be the same as this, where it's just probably going to be Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan just like laughing on set a lot. I can already see it now. It's just them laughing for 1 hour.
Yeah. I mean, to that point, I actually checked out the new Marvel Legends episodes that are pre-gaming Falcon and Winter Soldier. They actually dropped 4, which I didn't realize. I thought they were just dropping one for Sam and Bucky, but they also dropped one for Zemo and Sharon Carter as well.
Oh,
that's cool.
So,
never heard of those characters before.
So wait, is this like the summary thing where like first introduced and blah 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 blah?
Well, it's like edited together. Where it's more of like a really good recap, so you don't have to like blast through the full movies essentially.
But everybody should watch Civil War. It's the best.
No, honestly, there was so much focus on Civil War and all these. I was like, God damn it, I really want to rewatch Civil War. It's so good.
It's still my favorite Marvel film or MCU film.
I mean, the biggest focus they were putting was prominently with like Winter Soldier, Civil War stuff, which makes sense. But it's just like a lot of the focus was Civil War, and it's also funny because like I'm watching like Falcon sing and they're going through his journey, and then it just gets to a part where like the airport, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, Falcon did fight Spider-Man. This is insane. Like, it's so fun. It's great, just like seeing these characters and like playing on the dynamics that they're gonna share, and I'm just really excited to see like how the story's gonna progress. I know like reviews of the first episode came out today. I'm not really looking too deep into them just because I want to like go in as fresh as possible. But
I'm the same way. I didn't want to look too deep into it, but it seems like it's it's the MCU. It got like it's funny, it's great acting. And
I also heard
action.
that it was like pretty big in like the Winter Soldier vibe, which I was expecting. So that's good. Yeah, I'm excited, and it's interesting because it's only going to be like 6 episodes. I think I heard one of the creatives was saying they have hopes that there could be a season 2, which is interesting. Like obviously I'll watch it. I personally still like I want a Captain America film starring Sam Wilson. That's what I want.
Yeah, I don't see it being the season 2 because I think by the end of season 1, the arc is going to be how Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Falcon is becoming Captain America. So it can't be really called Falcon Winter Soldier season 2. It would have to be called like Captain America and Winter Soldier, maybe, or something like that.
But that's just a confusing title now,
right? So it's like I don't think they're going to do a season 2. I'm with you. Just do a movie with Sam.
There was a great tidbit that also came out today. It was just like with character Sam receiving the shield. He really kind of viewed it as like a burden weight on his shoulders, something that he wasn't like looking for a promotion or anything. This is just like a lot to live up to now, and I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
for that dynamic the most, I think.
Me too. I mean, I was always like critical of the show. Like, it's so fun. I did a kind of a 180 where this was like my most anticipated show. WandaVision was my least anticipated because I thought WandaVision was going to be too crazy, and like if they're doing a sitcom thing, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like that. But then I ended up loving WandaVision, and I love how character focused it was. I'm kind of still iffy on how character focused and how deep Falcon Winter Soldier is going to be compared to WandaVision, because like it just looks like the Winter Soldier, which is very action heavy. Like it seems like very classic. Like a lot of the reviews I saw was like, "Well, if you miss the classic MCU action, you're in for a treat with Falcon Winter Soldier." I'm like, like I've seen 23 movies of the same MCU action. Like I want to see a deep character study of Sam and Bucky. So hopefully it dives into that.
And I think it will. And I think it's it's set to not just like explore like the burden weight like that Sam has to live up to, but I think they're also saying how they're going to explore a bit more of a Bucky's psyche, which I think will be a fun thing to explore. And I'm really hoping to get some more development with Sharon, because we kind of like lost her after Civil War for a while. So
yeah, I love her in Civil War, but they kind of did her dirty at the same time too, by having the whole romance with Cap, which I never really liked and never goes anywhere. That he still ends up with Peggy.
Even in like these Marvel Legends recaps, like when like a scene's kind of like building to something like that, they like are they're cutting around it. You know? Like, we're not really going to focus on that.
It's so weird, right? Because this is the Russos. They're the ones who started it. They're the ones who ended Cap's journey with Peggy, his or her, her grandmother or whatever. So I'm just like, this is really weird. So hopefully they do her justice on this show. She gets a redemption of sorts in this show.
I guess also like contribute Marcus and McFeely, because they were like writing on the Cap.
Same.
Too.
Yeah, true.
So
aren't they the ones who still don't understand the time travel in Endgame? Or
they wrote it and then they don't understand it. I will forever be confused.
In terms of like regular audiences are still like, I still have arguments with my friends and like bosses at work. They're like, but the time travel in Endgame is very confusing. I'm like, well, just listen to the directors, don't listen to the writers, because there's conflicting articles and conflicting quotes to this day about Endgame.
And I think I was also really intrigued with like the recap for Zemo, because it basically is just like Civil War highlighted, because that's like his probably like his big accomplishment was tearing him apart, and it even like concludes basically just like, your plan failed, but did it? And then it, like that's when it ends, and it's like the story continues in Falcon Winter Soldier, and I'm like, does this aspect, because like we kind of like explore that like the dynamic of the team breaking there together. So I don't really know what Zemo's next set goal is for Falcon Winter Soldier, because I didn't see the second trailer, and it was very like hesitant on the first trailer that I saw. So
we still don't really get that much.
I think by the looks of it, it's kind of like job's not finished yet. Like
the Avengers are back together. We gotta stop it.
That's what it seems like. It seems like superheroes are on the rise again. After
Evan, are you frozen?
Okay, it's not just me. Yeah. No.
But yeah, superheroes on the rise.
Yeah.
You know.
He's gonna come back and like finish his statement. Or
I know. I'm curious because like I'm hyped for it, but I still just, it's not like after I saw the WandaVision trailer I was like, yes, like
it's interesting because like, and that's the thing with like me right now is like I've always already just like, oh, he's back. I'm back. I was already pretty much like I'm hyped for like all these for sure, but it gets to a point where I'm like, if I can like reserve the amount of footage I see, then I'll be even more blown away when I'm in it, like episode to episode. So I'm sure we're going to be like, and they also keep teasing like there's like fascinating stuff that they're setting up. Some people were saying like you can go even bigger in WandaVision, which is, don't set that mentality after what the internet's been doing. But I think it's still going to be like a blast of like what they'll set up for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very exciting.
Next week already? Oh my god!
Exactly. Yeah. Like 6 weeks in a row of waking up, avoiding spoilers. I'm like, jeez.
But then like Loki's a bit away, isn't it?
I think it's June now.
June.
Mid to late June.
And I'm pretty sure this is going to end by like the end of April. So
yeah, but then there's
Bad Batch.
We have Bad Batch and Black Widow, and
we do have Black Widow. Okay.
So that will be a whole whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
It never ends.
Keeps on ticking.
The Marvel train.
Young Avengers, when?
When?
Please. It's only a matter of time till they announce it. I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige already has like a roadmap for Young Avengers.
It's still so fascinating that we're in like this phase doesn't have an Avengers lineup, and I don't know if like with these 23 projects coming, if there's like if this is supposed to be phase 4 and 5, but that neither of them have an Avengers project is really interesting. I mean, I know like Multiverse of Madness is probably going to be pretty insane, but
I think the end of Phase 5 is going to be an Avengers project.
probably.
I think so too.
Yeah. The new Avengers.
Kang the Conqueror.
Woo-wee, Jonathan Majors. I can't wait to see the behind the scenes or like the set photos for Ant-Man 3. That's going to be crazy.
The descendant of Reed Richards, as played
Ooh-wee.
by the kid. Could be cool. Yeah. Super excited. We love Marvel. But hey, speaking of former Marvel actor, let's discuss Michael B. Jordan. He is going to be directing Creed 3. I am ashamed that I have not seen either Creeds.
What?
Wow! Breaking news on the podcast.
Because what I wanted to do before I watched Creed is I wanted to finish the Rocky films, which I still also have not. I've only seen the first couple Rocky films somehow.
You haven't seen
That's
Rocky
fine.
save Russia or save the world from Russia and stopping the Cold War? I mean, come on.
Isn't that what Creed 2 also does? The Descendant. Which when I heard that concept, I was like, that's cool too. I really want it. So I think I know some like plot with like.
Wow. So wait, oh man, so your first Ryan Coogler movie was Black Panther. That's like crazy to me because
Whoa!
And I still very much want to watch Fruitvale Station and Creed.
I can't get myself to watch Fruitvale Station.
oh,
I can't do it.
I heard
can't do
it's
it.
very.
I
you
can't
gotta
do
be in
it.
a mind space of like
Yeah.
you gotta take.
You guys
yourself
recommend
out
me
on a
every
7-day
depression film ever, but
vacation.
that one,
That one because it's real. Like I don't recommend
Yeah.
you like real.
it's
shit.
real.
Yeah.
I'm like, go watch Arrival. Go watch that. But like whenever Fruitvale was on Netflix, I would like Netflix plays the preview. Should I watch it? They play the preview. I'm like, oh nope. I was like, it's too depressing. I know what's gonna happen. I know the story. I was like, come on, I can't do.
I think
this.
I heard some stuff too, and I was like, fuck.
Nah, yeah.
I
remember it was on the news and everything. That's why I can't watch.
Didn't I hear that like Creed has like this like really like long take boxing sequence?
Yes, in the second half.
God, I need
Of
to
course
see- I
it
still
does.
haven't seen-
So good.
Well, also we should just commentary Creeds, like
Commentary on my whole Blu-ray.
because
Creed
it'll be like an actual reaction.
Creed 2 is pretty awesome as well. People
I
kind of
like
slept
it.
on it.
Yeah, people sleep on it.
And I was
I
like,
was planning to go see it.
good.
I was gonna watch Creed and then go see it in theaters, but then, something slipped by. I missed it.
Nathan, you never know. They could do a double feature for like Creed and Creed 2 before Creed 3 airs next
Well,
year.
yeah, if we get things back to track and like I will watch a triple feature to Creed. I will go.
I probably would do that too because they're so like fist pump kind of movies. Like they get you super hyped.
I also
Creed's arc in
remember
those movies is so intriguing. God, I love it.
I also remember like I saw a trailer for the first Creed and it like I had not finished the Rocky films, but it was getting me like amped and emotional. I was just like, God,
Yeah.
the legacy of like the series, and then like just like Adonis Creed, and like oh my God.
Yeah, I remember when the trailer first came out for Creed. I'm like, whoa, this is insane. And like you, Nathan, I hadn't seen a lot of the Rocky movies. I grew up watching Rocky 1 and 2,
Yeah.
but I never really watched like the other ones, like 4 freaking other sequels. Like there's 6 movies total for Rocky. So I binged all of that before I saw Creed, and now I'm like, oh wow. So like the whole legacy, I understood it now. And but granted though,
This
you
is
don't
my
have to
sequel.
watch the Rocky movies before you watch Creed. Like,
yeah,
This is my sequel trilogy now.
no, it's a good example of how to understanding kind of like the post-mortem of and then the fallout of a franchise and like feeling that into like the actual story and like not making it like just kind of a bait for the existing material. It like really, especially the first one, dives into some stuff that just really works.
Yeah. He was Oscar nominated.
I know, it's that
Wow.
That's insane. Sylvester Stallone was robbed of an Academy
Oh, he won.
Award.
Was that
He lost to Mark freaking Rylance from what's that? Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies? Okay, it was that
Yeah.
year. Oh,
I was God
okay.
damn.
Okay, because I thought that was the same year of J.K. Simmons for Whiplash.
No, that was
No, 1 year
2014.
after.
Yeah, that was 1
Okay.
year after. Which is still the best supporting actor award in years. Like you can't beat that. But yeah, like I was so sure Sly was going to get an award. I think he won the Golden Globe. If I can't remember.
Right.
He won some of the like precursor awards. So I'm like, okay, he might have a chance here. And then he lost to Mark Rylance because the Academy loves them some Steven Spielberg.
It's so.
It's all we can just say that because we're just biased. Any other thing would be like, oh, it's
Bridge of Spies like is one of the worst Steven Spielberg movies.
Wow.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just so basic.
It's just not.
It's so basic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also I find it like so fascinating. Just like after seeing like so many previews through and I haven't watched any of them for like the Expendables. Just seeing like
you watch the Expendable movies?
I haven't. I know. I should. I'm sure they're really fun. Isn't Harrison Ford in the third one for like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I mean they build up. It's just like all the action stars that you grew up with. This is your dad's movies, like.
Literally.
But like. It's so interesting how like you see like stuff promoted for that, or like I'll just see like other action stuff like Sylvester Stallone get promoted for, and like small role in like Guardians 2 or something. But then like returning to like a legacy character of his, arguably like his like most popular character he's ever played, and then he like delivers like emotional performances and gets Oscar nominated. Like that's pretty special.
Pretty insane.
Yeah, and I'm happy that the MGM and I can't remember the other partner studio is taking a chance on Michael B. Jordan, first time directing. So
super shocking, right?
Yeah,
like, I'm super happy for him. I was gonna say proud, but I'm like I can't really say proud. But I'm super happy for him.
And he was he's been in like the 3 Ryan Coogler films, right? So he was
he said like I think in the article he got a lot of experience from Ryan Coogler. And some of his other previous filmmakers, I forget some other directors who we learned from.
Let's get Michael B. Jordan to direct an episode of the Wakanda show.
Ooh, that would be incredible. It still would be my choice if they ever. I know it's so soon, but if they ever want to like try and do a new Black Panther, I think Michael B. Jordan coming from the afterlife or some weird shit. I would just love him because he would be amazing.
Yeah, and also I forget Stallone has directed. A bunch of the Rockies.
Yep. So it's kind of like a pre-tradition. Yeah.
So it'd be cool for that to continue, and I'm sure he'll be on set with him every day helping, and I want to see that behind the scenes.
Oh, wow, you're right. That'd be really cool. I can't wait to see the behind-the-scenes shot. Like, the first shot they're going to show from this movie is Michael B. Jordan behind the camera. Yeah. It's just going to be so cool.
I actually saw it was like old footage, I think, but there was the camera company, Red, like tweeted out this video of like someone just like delivering a red camera to Michael B. Jordan's house, and he's like taking it out, like, oh, this is so cool.
Like, oh wow, I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's some ad, but it was like it's so wholesome. And he's like, this is amazing, and
Michael, yeah.
Oh no, I was like, I saw this bizarre ad of like I think it was for like an Amazon like Alexa Rec or something, and it was like
the Super Bowl ad,
yeah, with Michael B. Jordan, and it's just like speaking to Michael B. Jordan in your house, and it's just like this is really odd for this like couple.
I'm so curious to see if that movie actually turns out the Tom Clancy's Without Remorse.
Oh yeah, I saw a trailer for that.
It looks okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like one of those basic early 2000s action movies that's probably not going to be good, but it has Michael B. Jordan, so you can be invested.
It feels like Michael B. Jordan's Punisher in a sense. Honestly, it was just like the man just like this dude lights a car on fire and then gets in the car with the dude.
Yeah, that was so weird. I'm like, okay.
I was like, all right.
Crazy ending style. It just seems like one of those crazy action movies that, like back in the day, it doesn't matter what kind of action movie it was. If it has a good actor, you're going to see it. Kind of like with the whole Kurt Russell Sly thing in the 80s. So like this one, Michael B. Jordan, it probably is going to be bad, but it has Michael B. Jordan in it. So
director of Sicario, Day of Soldado did it. I still haven't seen this.
People hate that movie. I thought it was not great at all, but it's pretty solid.
I really need to rewatch the first Sicario because I wasn't feeling
Emily
the first time I
freaking
watched
Blunt,
it.
dude.
Emily freaking Blunt, yeah.
Oh, she's always phenomenal.
And then speaking of Rob supporting actors, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
I don't think he was nominated. But that was 2015 too. 2015 was a stacked year, so I don't.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, I'm thinking of the scene where he comes up to the dinner table. At the house, and they're having that talk. Oh my god!
One of the best Denis Villeneuve scenes.
That was really good. Oh yeah, Denis did do that.
Yeah,
It's so weird. I love all of Denis' films, so I don't know why I was so like out of it when I was watching Sicario. I really need to go back.
Mm-hmm. Is that one of my favorite of his movies? But that's saying a lot because I think Sicario is near perfect movie. It's just not one.
Well, when you have Blade Runner and Arrival, like
I know, right? Blade Runner, Arrival,
Prisoners, Jesus, Prisoners, my God!
And you forget that Deakins also shot Sicario
Let's commentary
as well.
Prisoners just to.
We'll be so dead watching it, like, oh my God!
Look at that! We're literally just going.
It's so amazing. Deakins went from Prisoners to Sicario to what? Blade Runner 2049.
I think Arrival. Did you say Arrival?
No, Bradford Young did Arrival.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did Bradford Young pass away? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
Somebody else. I was like, oh man, but yeah, I think somebody else who worked on Arrival passed away.
Are we not talking about
the composer, Johann?
Composer, yeah.
Wait, what filmmaking position are we talking about? I thought we were
cinematographer.
Okay, I thought we were talking about director. I was like, okay.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, Denis didn't do a. Have I been lied to?
No, you're good.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, so next Thanksgiving for Creed 3, which is pretty solid. I was having a discussion now. Yeah, 2022. Okay. I was having a discussion at work. My friends were surprised because like, didn't Creed 2 bomb? I'm like, looking at the box office for the Creed movies, they're not super big.
They're also like
money makers.
I don't think
exactly right. Yeah,
I don't think it was poorly received critically.
No, they've all been well received. It's just that they don't make a lot of money. It's kind of the John Wick effect where they're made for such a small amount. I think Creed 1 and 2 are both like 50-something million each. They're definitely under 100 million to make. It's not too expensive. It's a boxing movie for crying out loud. So it's just like I think Thanksgiving is a perfect release date. The other ones premiered on Thanksgiving as well. So I think it's a great release date. Yeah. However,
they made $213 million at the box office, $50 million budget. That's a 4.3 times multiplier. So like they're making money.
Oh, dang, that was quick math right there.
Sorry, I pulled up the website.
I was like, dang.
It says it right there.
Like Carson,
and it also made it made 115 million domestically. Like people love them in the United States, especially.
Yeah. But speaking of 2022 here, it seems like so if that's coming out November 22nd now, on the calendar we have for next November, The Flash on November 4th, which is still set for the same day as Mission Impossible 8. One of them is going to have to move.
I bet Mission Impossible 8 will move just because I don't think they're going to be done.
Yeah. I think Christopher McQuarrie wouldn't mind that. But then November 11th, 1 week after that, is Captain Marvel 2. And then after that, there's nothing in November until Aquaman and Christmas. So I think Thanksgiving is going to be a pretty good release date for that because Captain Marvel 2 is going to be in the second, third week. So.
Wow. So I'm looking at this. Creed 2 made more money than Creed did at the box office.
Did it?
It's kind of nuts.
Worldwide?
Yeah, it made worldwide. Creed only made $173 million.
Oh, interesting.
What's the budget on the Creed films?
The production budget for Creed was $37 million, and the production for Creed
37. Wow.
Yeah.
That is super cheap. But again, I love those mid-budget. It seems like a lot of the mid-budget movies have that Thanksgiving date. Knives Out, Creed. If you want a mid-budget movie, send it on Thanksgiving so people can continuously see it in theaters and have that good box office.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, so I'm very excited. Very, very exciting. And they're bringing back, they already confirmed, Tessa Thompson, who's his wife in the movie.
Thank goodness.
And
which is another
his mother, Teresa Rashad.
That was another grab for me. I was just like, wait, this cast is phenomenal.
Yeah, the first Creed, you watch that movie for Tessa and Michael's chemistry. It's like one of the best chemistry in recent years. Freaking tastic. Like, there's a lot of scenes in the Creed movie where their chemistry is way better than even the boxing scenes. Like, they're just walking around Philadelphia, just talking and chatting about their relationship. I'm like, it's so good. Like, I love it. Better than like Rocky and Adrian in the Rocky franchise, in my opinion. I just love this trilogy so much. I love good sports movies. They're so rare these days.
I love this trilogy. There's only 2 so far.
It will be a trilogy.
It will be a trilogy. I just love these sports movies. studios just don't make enough of these sports movies anymore. If you want to do a sports movie, it's usually just going to be boxing. Like we had the
I watched a
Southpaw with
sports movie this past week, and I'll review it later.
Oh, interesting! I didn't know you did that. That'd be cool. I think Moneyball. I watched Moneyball recently, and that's a great.
I need to watch
sports
Moneyball.
movie.
I haven't seen
You
it.
need
so
to watch
good.
Moneyball
I know.
So
immediately.
Yeah, I watched it recently, like this year, and I loved it.
I want to get back into like in terms of like kind of like sports movies, like Karate Kid. That comes to mind.
Great movie.
I think of like Rudy. I think of Field of Dreams. I think of like.
I was just saying, like, I need to like rewatch the Karate Kid trilogy because I really want to get into Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
So much.
It's such a great show. We need sport. We need more sports TV series. Like I'm watching Cobra Kai, and like sports concepts would do so well on television.
Haikyu's fine. We have Haiku. We have
Haikyuu. I know, right? One of the best shows of all time. By the way, the Haikyuu season 4 album drops on Wednesday. And I'll be buying that as soon as it drops. But yeah, Haikyuu is great. But we need more sports stories. Like I love a baseball television show, like on HBO Max. Like that would be really cool.
You know what? I am forever depressed. I still haven't watched it yet. I really need to watch 42. I haven't seen it.
You do.
Love me some 42. I remember I was teaching the other day. And for like Black History Month, I mentioned Jackie Robinson, and I asked the students, "Have you guys watched 42?" Nobody raised their hand. I'm like, "No."
We have at the theater. We have on a hard drive for projections. We have 42. But like we're not just like randomly screening it. Like it's for like private screening rentals.
Got it.
So I'm like, unless I can convince a manager to stay late to screen it for me, I'd have to like pay $100 for a private theater. But I mean, for Chadwick,
Chadwick's great in it. Harrison Ford,
right?
Man,
great movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah, very good. I wonder if that was my first Chadwick movie. Maybe. Yeah.
God, I'm just looking at 2022 right now, and
I still need to watch Ma Rainey's.
Great movie. He's getting that Academy Award.
I know. Like, don't the Oscar nominations come out on Thursday?
Monday, 8 a.m.
Okay.
I'll be ready to raid the keyboard.
I'm excited.
Where's Paul Racy? Where's Delroy Lindo?
They're going to snub Delroy. I already know.
1,000%. They'll get
just absolute tragedy.
Yeah, I want to tease some of my Oscar predictions later.
In the episode.
We'll get to that. You guys want to have a? Because I know my theater probably won't do it. You guys want to have a commentary Best Picture showcase?
Just a weekend just doing the commentary.
All day stream.
We could have. I think we should do like an after show though, or something. It'd be fun to like do.
Yeah.
Like a...
1,000%.
Do a Collider dozen would just like pause the stream and go back at commercials. Oh my god, I would have to buy.
I remember that.
I would have to get premium StreamYard for that.
That'd be fun.
It'll be like 3 hours.
And we're back. Oh, cut. Oh,
He'll come
like
like,
ranting, and then be like, the show is back. Go back.
But imagine like we did it like, oh my god, did you see the moonlight screw up? Like what the hell? Like,
yeah, like
I would never forget that. I was jumping in my college apartment.
I have my young self. I have a minute-long video on this channel of me just like, like what? But
too funny. My brother and I were like laughing or jumping. I'm like, yes, La La Land won. I'm watching the TV, super hyped. I'm in the middle of like about to tweet like La La Land won Best Picture, but I stop because I look at the screen and it's like we got it wrong. I'm like, I didn't delete my tweet before I sent it out. I'm like, oh no, like this is crazy. Like I was
actually talking with my manager about. Okay, what do you guys think was the deserving Best Picture? Was it Moonlight or La La Land?
What is he deserving? I think both of them.
Well, I mean, what would be your personal favorite?
Oh,
what's your personal favorite?
La La Land, sure. Yeah, I think Moonlight's a great movie. It's just I can't revisit it because it's such a deep and depressing movie.
Yeah, I think both are beautiful. I mean, La La Land can get me like in my depression, but like
true.
It's a beautifully tragic film.
Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Like it's beautifully tragic, and it's Emma Stone as well. So
I think in retrospect, I'm glad Moonlight won. I think in the moment, I wanted La La Land.
That's a very good point. In retrospect, like what America's been going through for the past couple of years, it's kind of insane to think like a movie about like the subject matter of a black gay like told journey won Best Picture. It's pretty insane. So I love that. Yeah, I don't think like the film Kathy would have gave it to that.
I don't think without like Moonlight's win, I don't even think like stuff like Parasite even winning Best Picture could even happen. Honestly, like it opened up the doors for a lot of things.
People complain about the Oscars a lot, but their best pictures for recent years have been like Shape of Water, won Best Picture.
Yeah,
it's insane. Parasite, won Best Picture. Moonlight, like these movies.
So I forgot that Shape of Water won. I love Shape of Water so much.
Shape of Water is excellent. We can do a commentary.
I will.
That movie is like a perfectly just like. I feel like I should just like have it like on my wall, my screen, just like every part about it is just like so warm. And,
back when they were like attempting the Universal monster connectivity, I was like, give Guillermo Creature of Black Lagoon. Give him Creature of Black Lagoon. I want it so bad.
So obvious. But
and speaking of Guillermo, like the movie I saw this week, I'll talk about it later today. I saw Pan's Labyrinth for the first time, so I'm going to be talking about that.
I have to see that too. There's a lot of just like randomly with stuff with Carson, like we have classics we have not seen that we need to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually another thing is like I recorded my reaction to like the whole 2018 Oscars. I really need to pull up my reaction to Green Book winning because I was in such bewilderment. I was like,
I wish I was reacting. I was at like a restaurant with friends.
Oh my God.
And I think it was when Bohemian won Best Editing. I think I just walked out of the restaurant and like did a lap around the restaurant.
I was fine with it.
I was trying to calm myself down, and then I went back in, and then Green Book won. And I just like went to the bathroom. I'm like,
Carson,
guys, I can't do this.
Carson, we have the commentary Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my God,
ridiculous!
Oh my God.
2017 was a good year for movies, but they just awarded the wrong movies. It's just like, oh man, Spike Lee was right there. Stars Born is right there.
What was that Gary Oldman garbage that came like it was nominated for
Darkest
Hour or whatever?
I like Darkest Hour.
Oh, was it good? Okay.
Gary Oldman, Lily Collins was in that.
I enjoyed Darkest Hour, and it was interesting. Okay, so it was funny, Evan, because they showed it right out in my Best Picture. They showed it right after Dunkirk because it was like in the same time frame, which I thought was interesting.
Universe, baby.
I didn't know that, but okay. That's just beside the point. I did enjoy Darkest Hour a lot. I was just like, he's not the best actor when you have Daniel Kaluuya right there. I think he was my pull that year because I was just like, look at this man. Stunned. Look at those tears. They're still going.
Nathan, the makeup, the transformation for
then you give it to another.
They didn't even give it to Star Trek Beyond that year. They gave it to Suicide Squad instead of Star Trek.
God damn it! Like Killer Croc was not as impressive. Yes. God damn it.
Oh god damn, Killer Croc. Yeah, bad. So with 2017 was just I was like I would have loved for Bradley Cooper to get like a Best Director or Bradley Cooper to get Best Actor. Like that was his year.
Oh, was that the year of Stars Born?
Yeah. Or wait, no, actually, that was 2018, actually.
2018.
But,
literally earlier, I was listening to Black Eyes on Spotify. It's so good. The whole soundtrack for Stars Born is great.
But yeah, 2017, they even gave Christopher Nolan Best Director for Dunkirk. I'm like, really?
I respect it.
Is this your king? I
knew he wasn't gonna win. I just
really?
This is the similar thing of just like when Leo won Best Actor for Revenant. I was like, this man deserves the Best Actor Oscar, but not specifically for this film.
Revenant he was insane for that movie. He was really.
I mean, he was really good for sure, but I'm just like of the Leo performances I've seen.
Yeah, I probably would have gave it to him. They definitely dropped the ball for Wolf of Wall Street. I forget who he lost to in 2013 though. But either way, yeah, Leo deserved it way before Revenant.
I want to watch Birdman. I'm just randomly thinking.
Yeah, I love Birdman. What a movie.
We just fell into Oscar talk.
I know, yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. We're happy for you, buddy. I can't wait to see him. I mean, that's the behind the scenes I really want to see. Just him, like all for new directors. Like I watched a lot of Bradley Cooper interviews when he started directing. And
Coogler's gonna show up to set, of course. There'll be set
with him. So sad, yeah. In the story, by the way, the story is like from an outline of Coogler. Like Coogler had an outline for this movie.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I read that in the Deadline article. So
interesting.
So he's not fully creating the story, but of course, an outline is an outline. So a lot of it is still going to be from the other writers. I don't think Michael's writing it though.
I don't think he is.
Some other writers are coming in. Probably the people who worked on Creed 2.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the person who directed Creed 2, but I liked him as well.
Stephen Campbell.
Yeah, he's doing a new movie. I forget what it is, but
Yeah, I swear it was like an HBO series or something. Let me look up.
Stephen Campbell or something like that.
Of course, I remember him because he's from Ohio, and Chris Tucker did an interview. Stephen Cable Jr.
Yeah,
Cable Jr.
Mm-hmm. I liked what he did for Creed 2, and like he was kind of like not in the big spotlight for that movie, but he got a new project recently, which I was super excited for. But yeah, we live in Michael B. Jordan's world. He's the best. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. So to see him direct is surreal.
One of my random like thoughts as a child, I would just like think about like, wow, like there's like all these movie stars in the world, and like we're all on the same planet. Like it's like such a random like oddly philosophical scope of scale, a sense of scale for a child. But I'm just like, that's interesting. There's no clue. I would never run into like Robert Downey Jr. or anybody. Just like, what the?
No.
Watch it happen like 3 days later. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's doing the new Transformers.
New Transformers. That's what it is. I knew it was something big. Yeah, he's doing it, which is very exciting. Anything Transformers without Michael Bay.
I'm actually excited for Transformers again. That's nice.
Yeah, and then we also Joby Harold, get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
He's doing the other one, not the Stephen Cable Jr., right?
He's doing the Stephen Cable script.
Oh.
And then the Transformers animated project is from Josh Cooley, who's done 2 of the Toy Stories.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting.
I think so. Yeah. Exciting universe for Transformers there coming up.
Otherwise, we got some casting stuff for The Flash.
Yes.
And then like some breaking stuff today, which I would have implemented in the thumbnail that I decided not to be like late on.
It has some Pan's Labyrinth connections too. Well, first off, for the Flash, they confirmed finally, not really confirmed because Warner Brothers didn't really say it, but the Hollywood Reporter posted it. It was an exclusive from them, and it seems like Iris West, played by Kiersey Clemons, is confirmed to be coming back, as far as we know, because she signed on to be on The Flash, which seems from some people were like, oh, duh, she's in the Snyder Cut. She's definitely going to be for The Flash again, right? But there was that whole period of time where the Snyder Cut wasn't happening. She wasn't in the Justice League movie, so we're like, is she still attached? Because she was attached years ago. She was attached like back in 14 or 15 for
I mean, and like we got our first look at Justice League at Comic-Con 2016.
Yeah.
God,
and she was
5 years.
She wasn't in the freaking movie, so you're right. That's been 5 years. That's insane.
That's
and that's what like all the stuff was shot for the Snyder Cut. Essentially, they only got like 5 more minutes of reshoot. That's insane.
Yeah, she never came back for the reshoots because it was already all there. As we saw, like in those weeks after Justice League came out, all the leaked stuff from what was supposed to happen.
I'm so excited for this movie.
Super excited.
During the show, Ray Fisher, if you go to his Instagram right now, he just saw it because Zack didn't let him see it until the cyborg effects were done. And so he just saw it, and his like wholesome reaction, he's like crying on his live stream, like finally getting to see it. I'm like, that's amazing.
Did you guys see the like they've been releasing character teasers like every day, and then they did the cyborg one. Did you guys see that?
I saw that one. Yeah,
it's great because like they had like that face shell which was in like one of the original trailers, but like what's great is like before the face shell comes on, he's like smiling so happy, he must be flying for the first time.
And the voiceover is like I know my purpose.
I'm not broken.
Yeah, I'm not broken. Yeah.
It's so
watching Young Justice 2 right now, seeing how frustrated he is in that show. Just right now.
Yeah, his origin story there is quite different.
Whenever I think of Cyborg, I always like think back to like that episode of Teen Titans. I think like Victor had like this ring that like would turn him human in like one episode. There was something I was remembering, and
probably one episode. I forget that though.
And it was like something where he was like talking about like having this, but then like greater good stuff or something, like choosing. It was really interesting. I
remember that
again.
episode.
This is my memory of a child as a child, so I really need to revisit that.
It's all on HBO Max.
You're right.
All 3 or 4 seasons on HBO Max. I think that was a good episode because I think he wanted to be human and Beast Boy, and then we're like, dude, you're the best. Like you don't need to worry about being human.
And that's how he is.
They might have been like in disguise somewhere or something.
Young Justice, he's like he leaves the lab immediately with Halo. And they go back, and he's like, "I'm broken. I want to get this stuff off." Forager's like, "Forager, it's Forager." I love Forager, dude. He's so funny.
Great character. But yeah, I'm super excited for the Flash. Kirstie Clemons coming back. Because for a moment there, I didn't know she was going to be in the movie. I didn't even know Barry Allen's mom was going to be in the movie because the whole concept of this whole Flash.
I figure it would have just already been done, but I guess it would make sense for like an emotional like weight of like getting some scenes with her.
Yeah, but I still don't know if the Reverse Flash is going to be in this.
I would figure
comes
right?
out next year, and we don't have the main villain for the movie.
That we know?
We don't know.
I don't think he's going. At this point, I do not think Reverse Flash in the movie. Reverse Flash is one of the biggest villains in DC history. Like when people talk about DC villains, they talk about the Joker, Batman's villains, and then Reverse Flash.
I mean, if they wanted to, they could leave it of like I think like they did on the Flash show, where it's like a mystery identity of like who this.
I think so too.
Is.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Part of me thinks. Part of me thinks the Flash movie is just gonna probably tease Reverse Flash, but I'm thinking like if they tease Reverse Flash killing Barry's mom, which everybody knows that, spoiler alert, killing Barry's mom in the movie, and that's why Flash goes back in the past. Part of me thinks, are they going to tee that up, or are they just going to pull like the MCU card and be like, well, we still don't know who Reverse Flash is. Come see the sequel.
Well, I'm interested of just like what's gonna like really like tee Barry off to like do this in the first. But I imagine what we're gonna get in this Snyder cut is like we're gonna get in the tapping of the Speed Force. We're going to get some time flow, and Barry's gonna like take notice of that, try to fix that, and that's how we get. Because
speaking of time flow,
we're doing
glitching.
Flashpoint, so obviously that's like the set goal.
Yeah, you kind of cut out there for a second, but you were saying,
am I back?
Yeah, you're good.
Right, we got all the words. It was just like
because we're yeah, like okay, so like Flashpoint, you guys get it,
yeah. And then so we got the news today that is there a new actress for the mom, or we never had the mom cast?
We never had the mom cast. This is brand new.
So never had the mom, but we lost the dad.
Yes, we lost Billy
Crudup.
Billy Crudup, who played the dad. We did see him in Justice League, in the jail. It's kind of bummer. And apparently, according to
he's going to be in the Snyder Cut.
Yes, but he will be recast, and they're not writing out the role. He'll be
recast. Which is insane. That's pretty crazy. Scheduling conflicts, tragic.
Would hope they don't recast.
Well, they are.
They have to, right? What
did they say? Did they explicitly say they are?
Yeah, so. Yeah. All the outlets said they're going to recast the role and not write out the dad role entirely.
But we still have Hera.
So, how would you want them to do it, Nathan? If you didn't want them to recast?
I don't know, because I know they said it was a scheduling conflict thing. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've delayed the Flash so much. But,
at this point, exactly. At least for them, they're like, we delayed it so much. The father's not going to be in it too much, even though the father is kind of like the heart of this movie. Apparently, like the whole the idea of the father figure. Like Barry's going to have Bruce Wayne as his father figure, but then he's also going to have his dad.
And I'm sure, like, you don't want to like keep him solely in like a jail cell. I'm sure you'd want it like with the mother. I'm imagining having like scenes where they're like a happy family together and stuff. Kind of like I imagine like they would do for like young Bruce and stuff when they film Thomas and Martha, not in the alley. Like,
well, not to mention there'll probably be those characters on different Earths. Yeah. So there's gonna be different iterations of that.
On a different Earth, this actor is Dr. Manhattan, so like
anywho,
I totally forgot about that.
I'm excited for this movie. I'm bummed about the Ray Fisher being written out of it and having
Can we fix it?
Too late now.
Too late.
I don't know if we can get some positive response.
But I like Andy Muschietti. I like The writer Christina Hodson, she did Bumblebee, Birds of Prey.
Is she writing The Flash?
Yeah, she's writing
Since
The Flash.
when?
Since a while, I think. I was just looking at the IMDb, but she's pretty cool. I like her work on Bumblebee, and Birds of Prey was pretty cool. So
love Birds of Prey.
I think this has potential to be good. I just think it might try to do too much in one movie. Just because we have the Supergirl, 2 Batmans, 2 parents, Iris, romantic interest, Iris West, like all of this is.
It seems like a lot. Like I remember the whole Supergirl thing really surprised me because I didn't think they're gonna have time to fit her in the movie. I didn't know she's not involved at all in the Flashpoint Paradox concept or story at all in the comic book. So I don't know.
I'm fine with them trying a new thing, like, and then
me too.
Basically tailoring that to her introduction into her own movie because I'm also seeing that Christina Hodson is taking over or got announced to do the Supergirl script, I think.
Did she?
What if the plot line is just like in the other Earth? It's like there was no Kal-El and it's just like Supergirl.
Oh wait, no, I take that back. Christina took over writing duties from Whedon on the Batgirl project. So I don't know who's writing Supergirl.
Damn. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm very excited for the Supergirl movie. But yeah, in regards to the Flash, I'm very curious to see how they fit all this stuff in. It's a lot, and the last time Andy Muschietti had a lot to deal with in It Too, didn't work out so well. So
I love it. Chapter 2, fight me.
I'm sure you do. We'll fight when
I like it too.
I'll come to Florida
when we do the commentary this Halloween.
Yeah. Look, besides like the needle drop and some other wonky stuff, I think it's fun and awesome, pretty cool.
Okay,
it is.
Is it though?
The casting is so good. You cannot deny it.
Bill Hader's crying and you're not. How dare you?
Yes, exactly.
No,
Bill Hader, go back to filming Barry. We need you
there. He's great in that.
No, I said go back to filming Barry. We don't need him doing these.
He's great in both.
He's great in everything.
He's Bill Hader.
He was okay. Movie is so bad. Anyways.
It is not that bad.
It's 2 against 1, Evan.
I'm in majority. I didn't love the first It either. I thought it was
the first It is so good.
I was like, it's good. It's decent. It's not one of my favorite coming of age movies. What was I saying though?
My coworker has a tattoo.
But the mom is the nurse from Pan's Labyrinth. Somebody showed me a picture of that. So she is
and someone said she's from which I have yet to see Alfonso Cuarón's Itu Tambien or whatever is one of the
I haven't seen that either. Yeah.
But she's in that, I think, as well. And that's what the article is saying is like her fame started from that movie.
I told myself I was going to binge a lot of Alfonso's movies, but then I saw Roma and I'm like, fell asleep during Roma.
Oh, please, you watch yourself.
Wait,
don't tell me like
Evan, you weren't big on Roma?
Not really.
Me either.
Oh!
It's so overrated.
I'm sorry,
you guys.
Nathan! Hey, this is me during Roma.
The emotion!
And I don't think it was a language barrier thing because
it's just boring.
Oh, you guys.
I don't know, man.
It's just boring.
Okay, do you like
all over the house?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, do you like Gravity?
I love
It's
Gravity.
okay.
Oh! What?
It's okay.
I really love Gravity. What was the other one you named?
Children of Men.
I need to watch Children.
I haven't seen Children of Men. Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
I've seen the technical aspect of like that car scene for Children of Men, which I was so fascinated by.
I'm sad now.
I need to watch Children of Men. I almost got spoiled about Children of Men recently by fast forward through a video I was watching.
I love Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh yeah, I've seen Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
We can all come together. Josh is here.
Sorry, Josh.
Josh, if that's about Roma, I'm with him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if that's about Roma or Children of Men. Yeah,
maybe I need to revisit Roma.
Gravity is so okay. It's like it's an okay movie.
You say
the technical aspects of Gravity, are so good. Yeah, you're right. The movie.
I quite enjoy Gravity. Don't you dare.
Not good. But people really like Gravity because of the BS, like the IMAX scenes were incredible.
Hey, I saw that in IMAX. Okay?
I'm sure you did.
debris flew at my face. Me and my mother dodged. It was great.
Granted, I never saw Gravity in theaters. Maybe that's why I saw
jail.
it on the movie.
Jail.
What?
You're right. I saw it twice.
Like 2013, like 2014.
I saw it twice, man.
2012.
I'm saying I didn't see. John.
What are you saying? Oh no!
Oh, welcome to the podcast.
Our viewership is up to 5. Like, this is the most we had throughout the whole show, and
we're in the midst of a grand argument about.
Sorry, Alfonso. Alfonso's gonna enter the chat. They're like, "You haven't seen my movies, god dang."
I mean, literally next week, I'm gonna be the one person championing Skull Island. I'm like, no, you guys watch. Like,
I think I'm gonna turn on it. I swear. Like, I just, it was fine when I saw it, but I don't know why Twitter's turned around on it. I'm like, is it better than I remember?
Turned around on it. Like,
I swear, every other day I see a Kong Skull Island tweet of like this.
I remember the historic moment of Jordan Vogt Roberts going against CinemaSins, and that's when everybody woke up to like, oh, CinemaSins isn't that great, is it?
As of all movies, it's like it took you that movie to wake up.
I used to watch CinemaSins all the time. Then I'm like, yeah, this shit got old real quick.
We watch Cinema Wins now.
Yeah, Cinema Wins is the best wholesome
content. You guys really watch Cinema Wins?
Yeah. Do you not?
No.
He's a whole different person. It's
I know he
guy.
is.
Like,
it's like wholesome, like positivity. It's just like, hey,
to be wholesome.
Hey, movies are good, and here's how the movie is good. Like,
go like watch how he like explores Edgar Wright films, man. He's just like, look at all this tech. He's gushing. It's great.
I'm good.
That's what our podcast is. Like,
is it?
Well, no, it's not with that attitude.
Oh, Evan.
Thank you, Josh.
I will see.
It's a blast. I mean,
it is.
Sure.
Dude,
the part is a blast. Sure. I mean,
bro, when he takes that tree, like, we'll watch.
Yeah, he like skins the tree. That part is cool.
The precursor of the axe. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't even. Foreshadowing.
Those Samuel Jackson lines are something else.
Look, man.
Hold on to your butts. Oh gosh. Like, get out of here.
Look, man. Get into a mindset of a picture of the times. And, like, just...
I'll try my best.
All right.
Oh, man.
Brie Larson's a photographer for, like, no reason.
For no reason. Yeah.
I'm a photographer for no reason. Fight me.
Hey, I'm talking about character arcs, not...
Sometimes you just liked it. No, she's a reporter. Oh, shut up. We'll watch, man. Like, I know they're not the strongest characters, but, like, it's fun.
I'm ready.
What were we talking about initially? Oh,
I have no idea.
The Flash casting?
But yeah, I like go back to the Flash real quick. Like I know Andy wants to do something completely different for the Flashpoint, his timeline, like why Barry is doing all this. But if they're catching the mom and catching the dad, it seems like they are going to do Flashpoint to a degree. So I'm just very curious in the days or weeks to come, are we going to see a Reverse Flash? At this point, I don't think we are. Because again, he's one of my favorite DC villains. One of my favorites. And I don't think they have time to do him justice. But granted, at this point, we don't have a main villain for the movie, so we need somebody to be the villain for the movie. So we'll see. AJ, you can leave the chat now because that.
No.
Nathan is good.
What?
Let's
Did I say something wrong?
Let's explore. We will explore this point, but I mean,
Nathan loves this movie.
She had a whole PowerPoint presentation on genocide.
I'm not defending the character. I'm here for the monsters and the god spectacle in Sarazawa, okay?
Yeah. Can we just watch the trailer like 50 times?
And Rodan, and we got
Mothra, Ghidorah.
We got all those guys. And
there's an
fighter jets.
There's an Easter egg of the bones of an Anguirus. I really want Anguirus to join this universe, man. You guys probably know what Anguirus is, but I just
I don't.
Not a clue.
He's like the spiky armadillo. It's great. He was the first ever Godzilla monster that Godzilla fought.
Who is the dude to show up at the end of the King of the Monsters that looks like it got all sunny outside and then like this new dude showed up, or like it was like that sizzle of like those different monsters.
These are, you mean the one with like the tusks?
Yes.
I think that's Behemoth.
Behemoth. That's my favorite monster.
He's not. That's an original. A lot of the monsters in there that showed up randomly were original creations. They're not in like other.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's funny, there's like this there's this great audience reaction video of people at Godzilla Fest convention at a screening of King of the Monsters, and they're cheering at so much stuff, and it's just like even if you're not a Godzilla fan, you will be as invigorated. It's so good. But yeah, we'll watch that in a couple weeks. I'm just gonna be like, look how they bow to him. Like, I'm just gonna gush. Anyway, the score is probably my favorite part of the movie, honestly. But we have what is that? Black Widow. That's in the thumbnail.
What else do we have?
Black Widow is staying to May 7th.
Yes.
I have the popcorn tins at work. Did I scoop the footage? I can't legally say, but follow me.
I think this is pretty consistent of what's happening right now. I think, given that now Biden even moved it up and said adults would basically be able to, if you want it, get it by May. And I don't think it's going to be big numbers. I think it would be like substantially more than what we've seen so far, but I saw someone tweet like 35 million, and I think might like 35 million
for what?
For Black Widow opening
weekend.
We
have any reports of like how much Raya has made so far theatrically?
Theatrically, yes. Like it's at like 10 million domestic.
What was the opening weekend number?
Like 5 million?
5 million.
Oh, was it 8 million? Okay.
8.5 million.
Okay, that's interesting because like that's been like the consistent thing.
Keep in mind also Cinemark boycotted the deal with Disney.
Right, they're not screening it. It's only
it had about 500 screens less than
Tom and Regals are still closed, right?
Regals are still closed. So only 48% of the theaters were open last weekend.
Yeah, so people love their Tom and Jerry.
When do the New York theaters open?
New York theaters opened last weekend, and LA is going to be opening
next week, right? As soon as next week.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about the scandal of like streamers going to watch Tom and Jerry, and then there was accidentally?
I thought that was hilarious.
For
40 minutes. Like, Jesus, how?
And people are like, "Oh, this was a sabotage." I'm like, it puts the poor dude that hit the wrong button.
Sabotage? Come on. Yeah, get out of here. It was a mistake.
Yeah,
but still, it's like, how does that happen on a company like HBO who's been doing this for so long? I'm like,
I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's a new streaming thing or something, but it's just their servers. I don't know, but.
I did see one leak that I'm not really happy that I saw. I knew it was coming, but like
what leak?
No, don't say it.
I'm not saying anything, but
Evan, goddamn.
No, I mean like for Justice League, like in terms of
just a character that shows up.
Scene. Oh
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like for all these leaks and spoilers, like I feel like I'm not gonna be too surprised when I see the film. Like there's not a lot of stuff I'm not gonna be prepared to see coming.
Ryan Reynolds,
Evan. We know a lot about what's gonna be in this movie,
right.
Besides. Yeah,
it was more of just like a character design of character we previously knew about, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather wait then. I mean, obviously, I want to wait for it. I'm doing reactions to all 6 parts. So.
4 hours. That's insane.
I don't care. I took
so
off
much content.
I literally took off work. I'm ready.
I might watch Man of Steel tonight. I think I might do that because we don't have that much time left. We have less than a week.
Is Kelly gonna watch with you?
Maybe I'll be like, hey, you want to watch Superman?
And there's only 2 movies to gear up for: Man of Steel and BVS Ultimate Cut.
Yeah, she's not big on the DC heroes yet, but also like I've been watching Young Justice, and she's like, okay, so why is Aqualad Aquaman now? And like, why? I'm like, why don't you just watch the
show? Is she still over there, like hearing you? Or?
Oh no, she went to the other room. I don't know.
Okay. I was waiting for her to chime in, just like what? Oh man.
Anywho, but yeah, what do you think? Because we kind of skipped over. What do you think realistically Black Widow could do for an opening week?
35 million just seems too much.
Too much.
Again, granted, it's going to be May, and things can change between now and then.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I will go with a solid 20 million.
I'm gonna go with the premise that 85% or more of theaters will be open, and most adults will be like maybe 50 to 70% vaccinated by then. So
true.
21 million, AJ. I think
AJ straight up Price is writing me. Like.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I could see it, but 35 just seems like a lot. I mean, I would love it. I just can't tell anymore. It's so hard to
I
predict.
know it's so, like so far away.
I used to be so good at predicting box office numbers. I'm like, oh, make it between 100. Like this was an easy 100 million plus opener.
I feel like we can gauge this better blockbuster wise once we see what Godzilla vs Kong does.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, Black Widow will be the first true exclusive theatrical release.
At least so far.
At least
That's
so
true.
far.
That's true.
But I just, given the whole Cinemark debacle, I don't think they are going to do hybrid at this point. I still think at this point they're just going to do theatrical. Especially all the movies like moving up to like summer releases, moving up to May releases. I think they're really focused on this theatrical release. I think they're going to stick to that. I think right now I'll say 26 million. 26 million.
I'm gonna go 28.5 million for my prediction.
Nice.
28.5. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, but it just like to this year, the highest opening weekend was Tom and Jerry with 12 million.
14,
which is 14 million, which is insane.
So many people are still seeing Tom and Jerry. Like,
people love that.
It's surpassing Chaos Walking right now. Like,
oh, easily. I mean, Tom and Jerry has that nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
But Black Widow,
I had this dude come in to work the other day, and he was like, Tom and Jerry. Like, he was like not the most fluent English, but he was just like. It was like I the same year. I was like, "What you?" It was like I was like when it came out. That's when I was born. Same generation. I was like, oh, wow. And then he comes back later, and he's like asking. He was like, "Hey, that poster, nobody." The Bob Odenkirk actually.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "When did it come out?" Because it says like February 26th or something. But it's like coming out like this month on like the same date. I was like, "Oh, it's coming out like next week." He's like, "Next week." Okay, I want to see. I got A-list. I see movie.
That's amazing.
I was like, all right, man.
See you next time. I'm excited for Nobody. But is there anything big appearing between now and Black Widow? Like we have Mortal Kombat, right?
Godzilla vs. Kong.
We have Nobody, Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat. And that's it. Really,
I don't think Mortal Kombat's going to be big. I think it's a movie for the fans. It's like 90 minutes long. I heard so.
No. I feel like it's gonna be like an hour 40.
Yeah, I think.
And then the week after Black Widow, we have the cinematic masterpiece, Peter Rabbit 2.
I saw the trailer for that.
I always see the trailer for that.
The rolling down the hill scene. I no matter what, I would lose my mind in the theater every time I see it. It's hilarious.
Because it's just General Hux frolicking.
General Hux rolling down a hill at like a very insane speed.
That man gave the same energy to Hux as he is yelling at a rabbit for taking tomatoes. Like he's
Donald Gleason is still committed. You gotta love it.
It's so good.
And I think Daisy Ridley voices one of the rabbits, or did in the first one.
Cottontail.
Yeah, she's back. Yeah,
she's back. I know, like some people were like, "Is she back?" But yeah, I think she is.
Yeah, I heard her in that trailer.
Yeah, she
was a crazy one that was like on the window or something. Like, hey,
yeah, she's like, "I'm gonna live forever."
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's so good.
You know what? I might go see that.
I honestly wouldn't mind seeing it, dude. It looks fun. I need to watch the first one, honestly.
I'm gonna be vaccinated by then. I'll go see Peter Rabbit. Why not? Got a short life on this.
Because it's not gonna be good.
Nathan's like, I'm with you, Carson. I'll go see it.
Yeah. Like, I'm not looking for quality cinema every time.
You got to pick your choices carefully.
Look, I get these for free now. I don't care.
I know. You lucky son of a gun.
Except 42. You got $100.
I say as I bought 2 tickets to Godzilla vs. Kong to get the best seats.
I know. That's what I was thinking, too, because I don't think I'm going to reactivate my A-list until probably the July 1st date, the reactivate date that they set. Just because I think it's just going to be, if I see like one movie a month, it'd be like less. So, I don't know. Did we miss, before? I know we're like running low on news this week. Did we miss anything before we get to reviews?
So we talked about Flash, Black Widow, Michael B. Jordan, and that's about it. Oh yeah, Rick Riordan kind of teased a little bit with Percy Jackson, which I liked. Percy Jackson, one of my favorite book series of all time. He said season 1's going to cover the first book, which is, we knew that already, and that Percy Jackson was gonna they're gonna aim like to try and get a decent budget for this show. A lot of the articles ran with like Percy Jackson, same budget as Mandalorian and WandaVision, which isn't true. like you're trying to aim
Same
for
caliber.
like same caliber kind of thing, but they're not saying like, oh, it's going to be over $100 million to make. It's like, no, they're just trying to make the same caliber quality as WandaVision or Mandalorian. So that's their main goal, because this is going to be big. Like if season 1 is going to cover Lightning Thief, then they potentially have like 5 seasons.
So I get the blue Coca-Cola.
If they do this right, it will genuinely could be a huge hit. Like
huge
people
hit.
Love this series, and I think new fans even like
your move right too. Yeah,
your move, Netflix Avatar.
Don't talk about that shit anymore. Yeah, just drop it at this point. It's a wrap.
Yeah, especially with like the announcement of like Avatar Studios. Like,
yeah, oh yeah,
yep.
But yeah, I'm excited for Percy Jackson. Like, I think 2023 at the earliest, or maybe you think in 2022?
Late 2022, but probably 2023. Yeah, at the earliest. Yeah,
maybe like November 2022. I could see
maybe. Yeah,
a nice little Thanksgiving drop.
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, late 2022, early 2023, the earliest. Same thing for that Netflix Avatar if they still want to do that crap.
Yeah.
I had such high hopes, man.
Me too. And then Mike and Brian left.
Well, you know, and then they got surpassed because we got a whole new studio.
Avatar Studios.
So.
Spin-offs, prequels, sequels, movies, shows, everything.
Yeah, I'm selling over movie budget animation Avatar world original creators. Like
I'm gonna lose my mind.
2D? Ooh.
2D. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, they have to do the same animation that they used for Korra and Last Airbender. Have to.
Of like the things that I'm adapting my own series for, the 2 things I'm taking inspiration from are Galaxy of Adventures and Avatar.
Nice.
Because like of all things, like wow,
those are good inspirations right there.
Yeah, because I was.
And you'll have even more when Star Wars Visions comes out. We need more news on that. We need like a trailer.
We need more Star Wars.
Something.
Yeah, I know. Come on. We still don't know when Lego Star Wars is coming out. We don't know when Visions is coming out.
Yeah.
Give us something.
Did you read the comics yet? The issue 2 of the new High Republic comic?
I haven't.
Issue
no.
3. They're pretty good.
Well, I think
I should read this damn book I got.
Did I do issue 2 yet? No.
Can you please? Read Light of the Jedi.
Yeah, I have an audiobook. I have the physical copy.
Yeah, no excuses. No excuses.
It's so good. I'm still reading Into the Dark, to be
Me
fair.
too.
But
at least you guys have a book down. Like, when's the last time I wrote a novel?
I know it's hard to get.
Catalyst. That's
yeah. It just school was killing me. So it's hard to read.
Reviews then.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Let's talk about some reviews.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I don't know.
I can go first. Let's see here. Yeah. So I saw Pan's Labyrinth on, I think it was Saturday into Sunday. I remember I watched like half of it on Saturday and half of it Sunday morning. And I absolutely loved Pan's Labyrinth because it was funny. Josh, who commented earlier, watched the movie, and I was thinking of what to watch Saturday night. I think I was like, I'm gonna watch a Bong Joon-ho movie I haven't seen before. Like I haven't seen The Host or Mother.
I still gotta see Mother. The Host is great.
So I haven't seen. This is a different Mother than Mother.
Different Mother.
Different Mother. Yeah.
I love that one.
So I haven't seen either of those movies. They're both on Hulu, but then I'm like, at the last second, I'm like, I could watch a Bong Joon-ho movie, or I can just watch Pan's Labyrinth. I was like, you know what? The Pan's Labyrinth movie has been on my Netflix watch list for so long, so I'm just gonna watch it right now. And I ended up loving it. It's fantastic. It's both super dark, in terms of like the real world aspect of it, what's going on with the Spanish Civil War, but I also loved the mystical aspect of it and the theme of it. Like, it's just Guillermo just has so much creative. I don't know how to explain it. It's just
is that the one with like the creature with like the eyes in his hand?
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was gonna be a more prominent monster, but that monster is like only in the movie for like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
An impact,
big impact. Actually. Yeah, freaky. Wow. The visuals of this movie are fantastic. That's why I love a lot of Guillermo's movies. Like they're so meticulously well crafted in terms of like the visuals.
Oh my god, dude.
And everything.
That is $16 million budget only.
16 million? That's insane. Yeah.
That man was doing like practical stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie is very grounded. Besides like the parts where she's talking to the fawn, or where she's talking to the other mystical creatures. They're like fairies. So I can kind of see 16 million because they were in one set the entire time. It's that cabin in the woods with the antagonist, her father, the captain, who was just a cruel human being. And the ending really shocked me. I don't think I'm going to get into spoilers in case you haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth. But the ending is really shocking. I love the whole arc for the protagonist in terms of her arc kind of connects with the theme of the movie in terms of combining reality with fairy tales and trying to craft a happy ending around that. Because
I need to rewatch this movie.
He creates a world that is super cruel, and a lot of the characters realize they are in a cruel world, but there is something to love in terms of the magic of it all. The magic that the girl is like finding underneath that cruel world, with her whole fairy tale aspect of it all. And the ending kind of dives into that. Really shocking, but really beautiful at the same time.
You know what kind of reminds me? I
So
watched
good.
a video. I watched Film Joy Movies with Mikey's
Yes.
essay on Howl's Moving Castle today about like the nihilism in that world and kind of like navigating that in our world. And I'm like, that's so interesting. And just Evan's description of that makes me want to rewatch Pan's Labyrinth because the ending is totally like that. But it's been years, and I think I would watch it under a totally different lens now that I'm like significantly older from when I first saw that movie.
But yeah, there is a lot of good nihilistic aspects to it. The mother keeps explaining this is a cruel world. Like I had to do what I had to do because this is a cruel world. The captain is a very cruel individual. The world that they're living in, the Spanish Civil War, death is around every corner. So it's a pretty dark movie. And what the child is going through and her situation is very dark. I feel so bad for her. And she just wants to have meaning in her life in terms of anything better than what her current situation is. And that's why she dives into her whole like fairy tale mythology there. And it's just so well done. And the ending had me shocked, crying, but then happy. It was insane. It was beautiful.
It's crazy that now I'm thinking about like all the parallels because like in Howl's Moving Castle, she basically just wants to like run this hat shop that her dad left her or whatever, and then there's this war happening all around her, and she gets like just tied into this war because Howl is like basically he gets recruited by both sides of the armies and had to fight in the war, and he's just going at it, and then she gets cursed to like grow old, and she starts to realize things about life, and I'm like,
she finds meaning in her life while trying to help Hal find meaning in his life.
What a
Moving Castle cinema.
I need to watch
that Ghibli binge that my brother and I did last summer. It's just those movies are perfect.
Speaking of Pan's Labyrinth too, I recently got it, or I think last year during like quarantine, I bought it in 4K on Vudu during a sale.
Oh, nice!
And so I gotta watch it in 4K.
4K.
They're all on HBO Max right now, right?
The Ghibli movies are.
The Ghibli movies are, yeah. Pan's Labyrinth might also be. It's on Netflix, like you said. Still, yeah.
I don't know how long it will last, but it is there.
Wow.
So, what did you watch, Nathan?
Okay, I watched a sports film called Boogie.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this. I heard you absolutely love this.
I need to stop. Like, I double featured, just like I did with Chaos Walking, I double featured this with Raya. I need to stop watching Raya first because I set my bar so high.
Yeah, you're such an emotional high after the Raya.
I know. I'm over here and I'm like shipping stuff and it's great. And then, but I was like, honestly, I saw the trailer for Boogie and I was like really sold by it. I was like really vibing with it. I was like, oh, I'm hyped to see like what this like intense emotional like sports film is gonna be. There's big focus on like the like basketball, but it's not like something where it's just they try to set it up with like an emotional weight. They're just like, you got to like play this game right, like for your future and stuff. But it's just like this film tries to set up so much like weight, but it all just feels so hollow. Like I'm not vibing with any of the characters. Just like you got to beat this dude in order to get like scholarship recommendations for the NBA. This random dude that's just playing basketball on like a public court, I guess. I don't know how that works. They never really dive into it. It's weird. I don't know. It's just like so bizarre, man. It dragged. It was boring. I wasn't vibing at all. I was just like And it's so funny because like I keep seeing like people buy tickets for it, and I'm just like, all right, this is that way, like theater 20. But
It's all the way in the back.
And it's so weird, like the random people I'll see like a parent bring their child to it. It's rated R, but it's not like super gruesome. I'm just like, this child isn't gonna have fun at all. Like if you're going in thinking like, oh, you're gonna get a lot of basketball, you're really not. You're gonna get a lot of arguments surrounding the theme of basketball, I guess. It's just for scholarships. It's not really something you're gonna. It's just I don't know, man. It's not. Oh God, I've never get like this with film, so it just feels so awful.
It's so interesting too because I think I was reading something that at least the director like it was based. I think it's based off of his story or something.
I think.
Which is it's so fascinating that like none of it translated well to film, like the authenticity of it. So yeah, so
it was so funny.
Sometimes it's just weird.
It was so funny. I swear, like I thought this film was getting received well because I was just like chilling one day and I was like, you know what, I'm thinking I'm gonna catch this when I get off my shift. And I was like, I think I'm getting good reviews too. So then I go look it up and I scroll down Rotten Tomatoes, it says like 45. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, maybe it's. I mean, I've enjoyed those great films before. King of the Monsters is somewhere around there, and I adore this. So I'm just gonna. I'm gonna dive in and look, but I did, and it's just it's only 90 minutes. It feels way longer. How do you do that? I'm someone who watched Endgame 7 times, like opening to the end of credits when there's no scene, just because I like the soundtrack and I'm just taking in everything. That is a full 24 hours I have spent watching Endgame in the theater. This 90 minutes felt like quadruple that, man.
I've never even heard of this movie, so.
That's fine.
Let it float away. And
you're saying this is your favorite movie of the year, Nathan?
It is currently ranked as my worst of the year under Chaos Walking, which is funny, which is so funny. I mean, like visually, it looks pretty okay, which is I guess is arguably an up it has over Chaos Walking for me. But like, I got no charm from the actors. Like, again, it wasn't like a thing with like a language barrier or anything because like I watch films like Parasite and I'm just like so enthralled. It's just like I don't understand like. How this happened. It's hollow, and I like we were already talking about so many other like great sports films. This one definitely doesn't hold a candle at all.
Tragic.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't. Sorry, before you go, Carson. I didn't mention I saw Raya after our podcast last week. So, real quick, I loved Raya. Fantastic.
You ship it though.
1,000%, 1,000,000%, quadruple 1,000,000%. As high as I can go. They're great together. But yeah, Kelly was incredible in terms of voice acting. I loved her. Gemma Chan as Namari was fantastic. They have great chemistry in the movie. The whole plot is incredible. The world building in this movie is impeccable. I wish this movie is like an hour and 59 or something like that, minutes long or something.
It's like hour 53 or something.
Hour 53. And I'm like, I could have spent another 2 hours in this world because the world, each of the nations are so unique. The soundtrack's incredible. It's so unique. I love this movie so much. Like the characters are great. The family aspect was awesome. It felt fast, but it was also 2 hours long. So I wonder what kind of scenes they cut. Because I just could have spent like 20 minutes in each of these nations as they were going.
Did you like the short film at the beginning?
Again. I loved it. Loved it.
It's so good.
So emotional too. I'm watching it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not the main event. Like, let me chill for a second.
Chill out, fam. Like, yeah, that was an impactful opener there. I love that so short. But yeah, Raya's fantastic. It's currently my number 1 movie of the year. Sorry to dig. So it's currently my number 1 favorite movie. I just love this. This should get I know it's like already. It's only in March, but like Oscar for best animated movie goes to Raya and the Last Dragon. Please.
Oh, that was another thing. Is like both Raya and Boogie feature like predominantly like Asian cast. And that's great. Love Asian cinema. Support Raya, please. Go that route. Put your money there. I mean, it works both ways, I guess. But like, I mean, Raya has such rich story. It's phenomenal.
The story is so rich. The concept is just so cool and unique. The weapons are really cool.
The sword
is so awesome. I'm like, oh, I need that.
It's so good. The lands are great.
The battle sequences, the action.
Oh
My
God.
god! Like I want to see behind the scenes as they're crafting these battles.
Every land is
third act
love,
battle
So
reminded.
cool.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, in the ending, it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like in terms of like what's going down. I'm like, my heart was so emotional. I'm like, really, this is happening? Like the antagonist is so.
And she's like, I'll put my foot forward then or something. And I'm like,
Oh my god! And it's so that Carson, you bring up the final battle because like I know it's like all digitally shot, but like the camera work.
I think there's got to be some mocap there. I would.
Wow, really?
I'm like 70% sure.
It felt like I'm watching like the Clone Wars finale. Like
it did. It really did.
There's so much weight, like the impacts. I'm like, God, this is great.
Like Raya as a character, they allowed her to be super upset, super angry, go through all the emotional gambit, which they don't do for a lot of Disney protagonists, especially princesses.
Do you guys want to?
Oh man!
Do you guys want to say any spoiler stuff since we all saw it? Or
well, sure. Real quick.
I just want to mention one thing of like some people were kind of like, oh, like the movie kind of discredits Raya about the crossbow thing at the end. I think that ultimately is when she like. Tries to stop her because she doesn't trust that she's not going to shoot Sisu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think her character is all the better for it. Like she doesn't immediately turn around, and I think it makes the ending a lot better. Moon, we're talking about a movie. Okay, someone else go.
But yeah. Like, are you saying that they're upset that the whole crossbow scene in general, like they were?
No, just like kind of that like. Raya is kind of seen as like wrong in that moment, I
mean, sure, but like, what's so bad about that? Like,
I know that's what I'm saying.
That's wrong. Oh,
that's arguably the point, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's the whole point. Her whole arc was being like, I can't trust humanity at all. Humans.
She's saying like earlier on, like my dad trusted people. Look where he's at.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
why the entire movie they force fed you that Raya's whole perspective.
That's what I said too, and especially when they fly back and she starts talking about the siblings and of like, how. The siblings just trusted her because, she really didn't have that extraordinary power. But
this movie wasn't subtle at all.
No.
But, I mean, I don't really care because it was just so well done.
It's so funny. After Kelly and I saw it on Thursday of last week or the opening night or whatever, my parents got the premium access or premiere access on Friday. And my entire family loved it except for my mom. My mom was like just like confused. She's like, I don't know what's the Disney movies the past 10 years have been like so confusing. I don't know what's. I'm like, Mom,
confusing.
And she's like, I just want like Beauty and the Beast or Little Mermaid straightforward. I'm like, no. Mom, like what are you talking about? Like wasn't that they explain everything to you? I'm like, they put down the map and they're like, we're gonna go to this village now.
Yeah.
She's like, I just didn't get it. I'm like, Mom. And
tail, spine, like where?
I'm like, Mom, I'm worried about you. And then my whole family's worried about. I'm like,
that's too funny. Like, I'm a sucker for the Indiana Jones concept. Like, I love when movies are just like, we're gonna search for this thing. We're gonna go
globe-trotting adventure.
Yeah. Ocean to ocean, worldwide.
You remember those first quotes coming about Aquaman? It's gonna be a globe-trotting Indiana
Jones
adventure,
and then watching this, like, I guess
ocean to ocean.
Ocean to ocean.
I need to rewatch Aquaman. Let's comment.
It's fun. Like, you know what? Some of the effects in that movie are insane. Like, I don't know how they pull that.
A squid on drums, incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember Collider being like mad about that for like 2 weeks. I'm like, come on, guys.
Come on.
The drums?
Oh yeah.
People are upset about that. But yeah, I think like a lot of the Disney movies have been better than the Pixar movies for the past couple of years. Wow. Like Zootopia is fantastic. Big Hero 6.
Well, we've mostly been getting like
Raya,
Pixar sequels, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of like Pixar originals. Like
Cars 3, Toy Story,
Inside
4.
Out.
Inside Out was 2015.
What was last year? We had Onward and what else?
The
one I loved.
I'm
blanking.
Did we get another
Soul?
Soul.
I
still have to watch Soul.
Masterpiece.
You haven't watched Soul?
I know. Like I got sidetracked on Christmas. I got a lot of shifts. I got a lot of shifts after Christmas, and then and a lot more movies came out, kinda.
And you're going to Boogie.
You're going to see Boogie, motherfucker.
You're right. I need the redemption. I need to go back.
Oh my god! I should have drove home and watched Soul. Oh my god.
Oh wait, to a side point. I think like I was actually like reading the details on Raya's Premier Access. I think it's like it says $30, but I think it also said like watch as many times as you want.
Yeah, once you get
Yeah, you get it.
It's just so it's just on your. It's on your. It's not just like a limited time rental. You have
No,
No, you have it.
Yeah, same thing for like Mulan. and
Okay,
stuff.
suddenly the $30 argument is like even more improved for me. Like,
Yeah, once you get it for
Right.
$30, you have it.
It's just the
forever.
optics of it looks bad. It's because
Yeah.
you're not used to paying all that at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But with the family like Carson did, then that makes sense.
Yeah,
Easy.
I mean there was
Yeah.
four people in my family watching it, so
That'd have been
it's
40
infinitely
bucks
cheaper
right
than
there.
Yeah.
At least. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I loved Raya. Like as soon as I left the theater, my brother and I were like, they have to do a sequel. Like, I can have 5,000 Raya sequels. Like,
yeah,
please.
man.
It's just
God, imagine if we can get a Cars trilogy. Give me a Riot trilogy.
come on
I
now.
love
Like
it. The world is so.
I mean,
doing-
meanwhile, I'm still waiting for Big Hero 6 to, like,
Me too. Like they keep doing sequels to the Pixar films, like Incredibles or Finding Dory or Cars. I'm like, do some sequels for the new Disney movies that we've had this year or the past couple of
Absolutely.
years. Where about Zootopia 2? Big Hero 6 2.
I think at most didn't we get like an announcement of a Moana Disney Plus show?
Yeah.
Is it one Pixar or Disney?
It's
Disney.
it's Disney animation.
Okay. I keep thinking that's Pixar. I love Moana. I was listening to the soundtrack the other day. I'm like, okay. Like
And then,
Moana. Moana.
To that point, I'm so hyped for In the Heights. Like of like the HBO Max releases, I think that's like
If I see a trailer
In the
one
Heights.
more time,
I
oh my
love that
god.
trailer. Evan, fight me.
Boom.
It's so good.
I see a trailer 1,000 times. 1,000
Great.
times. At
I
least.
cry every time.
I'm like, this is my bathroom break when I go
Can't
to the
go
theater.
a block down the street without running into
Bail
somebody's
Organa
big
is singing.
plans.
You can't leave. Come on, Bail Organa.
In
But,
the heights, and it's like it breaks out, and there's like
Ah,
I like the shot of the
man.
reflection in the window of the people dancing, and then it's the dude like
I'm like, at least do a second trailer or something.
I mean, granted, I just saw it for the first time like a couple months ago. I know it dropped like over a year ago. but,
Over a
like,
year. I've had a year the same.
I don't know how you
I
would wait that
haven't-
for that long.
It hasn't been playing in front of stuff for me, but like
I've seen it in
it
front of
recently has been.
everything. I'm like, come on, this movie can please come out. Just please.
Josh is coming.
You're right. You're right.
Yes,
You
they
should
have
say
to,
it.
right? They should. I would love that. I mean,
Yeah.
spoilers, but Nomari is such a great character. Easily the heart of the
Mhm.
movie, right? Like, the whole dynamic between her and Sisu, the dragon,
He's so good.
in the third act was
Well,
surprising.
I think at the beginning it's Raya with her father is the like emotional.
Oh, true.
But then when you have the confrontation with Sisu, it's and like you just see like her eyes watering. It's like, oh my god, this is
Yeah, because she didn't
Where we're
want to.
going.
Like, it was so conflicting. Like, is she going to follow in her mom's will and try and shoot the dragon?
But then she
What's
goes
gonna
and she's like,
happen?
I saw her. Like we can fix the
we can
world. Like,
fix this. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. And the mother had some really backwards logic. She's like, well, you know, if we solved everything now, then the world would hate us because what we did. I'm like,
Yeah.
but then
Oh,
if you kill the
you'll
dragon,
be alive
everything-
still, idiots.
Yeah, like come
well, they're
on.
not trying to kill the dragon. I think they're just trying to
or capture the dragon. I mean.
get the dragon pieces.
Yeah.
I think, and then
But I'm just like, the world is still going to hate you. Like you're self-fulfilling prophecy there. But it was interesting. But yeah, I love this movie so much. Give me that sequel, please, Disney, please.
it's so fascinating because at the beginning I'm just like, I really love like when Raya and Namari meet for the first time. This is a full Raya review now, but I love when they meet as children. And like I was like instantly sold. Like this is a great friendship. And then when they had the
Super
betrayal,
cute.
I was like, like damn, because I was really enjoying this. But then as just like it builds up more, and you get to that climax with like the trust, I'm like, god damn it, Disney's so
That's
good.
perfect. And then a little hug at the end where she's like still reluctant,
yes.
but like
Oh, dude, I was like, this movie's just cinema. Like with the whole hug scene and
yeah.
To that point,
giving her the
Twitter has
rock
been-
to save the world. Come on, that's
also Twitter has been feeding me with this ship in like fan art, and it's been beautiful.
it's
Like,
beautiful. Yeah,
Yes.
always gotta retweet that. But yeah, like a movie that centers on the antagonist's emotions and have the antagonist solve the end problem for the movie. Like, please do more of that, movies. Please. Like, we need more stories where the villains do a lot, like of saving the
Yeah.
world. I love when villains save
Anti-hero
the world.
stuff.
Anti-hero stuff. Yeah, and the water in this movie.
I told you.
Perfect.
Ripping off the
sick.
straw hat.
This is
They're swimming.
This is disgusting. Like,
Can we
I can
talk
lick the
about
screen. Shit.
can we talk about Sisu running on raindrops? Like what a
Awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Awesome.
so
There's so much.
She's like, oh
improvement.
yeah, that's my brother's power. We're just like, what?
Wow. Yeah. Oh,
It's so
shout out to Aquafina. She was great. She was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
At first, I was like, I don't know about this, and then like 2 seconds in, then like the farting bugs come on screen. I'm like, all right, we're doing this.
Which is
here.
funny because like I'm such a stickler. I'm just like, God damn it, I hate toilet humor so much. But like that, I was just like, this is creative enough that I'm still in.
And then it comes back and they use it against Namari. I'm like, it's funny. And the roly poly bug thing, what a guy.
Oh yeah,
super cute. Yeah.
Which I thought there would be more of him. Surprisingly, there wasn't. I'm sure there'll still be
next
plenty
movie.
There'll be plenty of merch still.
Yes,
but
the sequel.
Next movie, he'll have to leave and go find the kind of his own, and they'll learn they were eviscerated by the whatever.
Don't do that.
Jeez.
Oh,
dark.
There's just a world of tuk-tuks. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I do love how it starts off. Okay, like for animation wise, I love the point where like they have the scene where like Raya's gonna like give him a high five and like he flips wrong and then he does like a little turnaround flip. It's just such fluent animation. I'm just like, this is so great. But anyway, I also love how it just starts out so small and then it's just like Raya has a mount on it. He's giant and he's just riding everywhere. It's so good.
So awesome.
Man.
Yeah. What a movie.
What a movie.
What a picture.
So what did you see, Carson? Did you see anything?
Well, I saw the cinematic masterpiece. 13 going on 30 at a drive-in this weekend.
Drive-in. How was the drive-in experience?
I bet you weren't expecting Andy Serkis.
I was not expecting Andy Serkis.
Me too. When I watched it, like when I was younger, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, and then there's like, I guess he's supposed to be gay in the movie, and then they make this weird joke at the end. The main character's like, "Wait, you're gay?" And he just laughs, and it's so like 2000s, like dated. But it's just like kind of like in that time. It's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. But anyways, the movie's pretty good. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo, like, yes, totally. I totally bought into it. It kind of reminds me of like, what's that one movie where like she has like, I don't know. They're all all of these rom-coms from the 2000s, they all like magazine editors, I swear. They all want to become magazine editors.
Or like
Devil Wears Prada. That's yeah. So it kind of reminded me of that, but yeah, it was fun.
Really?
Yeah, guys yell like Devil Wears Prada. How do you not know that? But yeah, who's the main actress in this movie? I need to tell you.
Yeah,
Jennifer Garner, right?
Jennifer Gardner. Thank you. She's great.
Electra.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like kind of you have to be a Zachary Levi in Shazam kind of deal where you have to play the kid in an adult's body.
Yeah.
And so that's really funny because like there'll be like guys like flirting with her and she'll be like there's a scene where she like goes up to like a kid in the restaurant and it's kind of like weird, but like that's who she sees like you're like, oh no, because but the friend meant to like go up to the guy at the bar, not the kid in the booth like drinking a milkshake, and she starts like talking to the guy, the little kid drinking milk. She's like, hey, I think you're cute, and I'm like getting like secondhand embarrassment because she's like 30, but like really she's.
That's funny. Oh. Yeah. I've always wanted to see this movie. Yeah, my aunt like loves 13 going on 30. I've never watched it before.
And the ending is like that wholesome wrapped up kind of
wholesome rom-com.
Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's great.
I looked up the cast. What the hell? Brie Larson's in this.
Brie Larson's in this
as
she is?
like 6 chicks number 3. Like
oh, you know what? She probably was in. There's like this big. Because Mark Ruffalo is a photographer in the movie, and there was like this big photo shoot scene. She's probably in it.
That's too funny. Yeah,
didn't realize. Greer, what?
Yeah, so I gotta watch that movie. I love rom-coms. I went through a whole rom-com binge the other past couple years, and I think one of my favorite genres.
It's on HBO Max, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like something on HBO Max.
Yeah,
I remember looking for it. I couldn't find it anywhere.
I honestly think I saw it literally the day after that I watched it at the drive-in.
They must have just added it to
HBO
Max. They must have just added it.
No, I saw it like back when I got my subscription like a couple months ago.
Evan's like, this is
right. That's when Carson was at the drive-in and he tweeted it out, I'm like, oh, let me look it up, see if it's shown anywhere. And I swear to God, it just said like Hulu or something. Okay, never mind then.
There you go.
There I go.
There you go.
I could watch it tonight.
Commentary, let's go.
Commentary for everything we see now.
Right.
But yeah, that's my review.
Awesome. Yep, I'm about to add this to my watch list.
You know,
Ooh.
we were at a cool 90-minute show before we started.
I know. I was so excited.
And
I'm
then
like, oh, look at us.
And then we dove into Raya, and it was like, oh, it's over.
I know. I was like, we don't have enough news to talk about anything today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godzilla vs Kong tickets on sale now. Get them.
Yep.
But you know, I say that, but I'm gonna be like, God, I'm gonna be swamped at work.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy.
Next week's gonna be a fun week. We're gonna have a busy episode next week.
Yeah,
we can talk about Oscar nominations in our next episode. I can just wait for that.
We'll talk Oscar noms. We'll talk the Snyder Cut. We'll talk the premiere of Falcon Winter Soldier.
Easy 2-hour episode. Easy 2-hour episode.
2:30.
2:30. Yeah. We can talk about Last of Us again. Each new day in Seattle.
Why not? Let's bring him on. Let's make it 4 hours.
There we go.
Let's do
Full commentary, Snyder.
I love it. Now she's probably. I don't know if she's watching Falcon Winter Soldier because she's so busy with the rest of her TV. She's like, all right, Emma, you got to watch Falcon Winter Soldier because you got to be on the finale.
Only 6 episodes. Let's go. You know, ironically, I think it's actually going to end up being a little longer than WandaVision.
Yeah, isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, did they say the episode times? Like, I know
they're like roughly an hour each.
Wow,
crazy. I'm hyped.
You too.
Oh, we got a lot to come, and again, we will we address in the commentary, but we're going to be checking out Kong Skull Island next week for our commentary. Prior to, I think, what did we agree that we're going to do it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Wednesday at 8, right?
Or yeah, that works.
I think so. Wednesday is something. Yeah.
All right, yeah, and I'm off on Wednesday, so yeah, it'll be great. We're going to do that. We're planning like live. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Where I'll swap from my Team Godzilla, Team Kong, and then we're gonna check out the rest of the MonsterVerse, and then eventually other commentary stuff. Because honestly, this is a fun thing to do weekly. But yeah, especially having more stream available time anyway, since we're not really doing much Star Wars stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I forgot the settings. That's right. All right, Evan, where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9, reacting daily to Big Brother Canada 9, which is incredible. I love this season so much. We're only on week 2, and I'm like, this season's fantastic. As I was watching the episode, as we were doing the podcast episode, there's been some arguments and back and forth going on in the house.
Like, the house is heating up.
The house is heating up. I'm going to have to catch up on the live feeds after this. But yeah, watching Big Brother Canada, Attack on Titan every Sunday. So yeah, catch me on Twitter again, HarrisEV9.
Carson, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at TheFilmCarson. Yeah, probably just going to be watching Man of Steel BVS before Snyder Cut because it's been a fat minute. I think I rewatched them before Justice League 2017, so it's already been 4 years since I've watched these movies.
Wow.
So it would be another different lens of looking at the movies now that I'm almost graduating college versus starting college. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, just busy with school, work, doing all that jazz. And yeah, MonsterVerse coming up. I'm excited to rewatch Kong Skull Island because it's also been that movie came out in 2017 as well. It's been 4 years since I've seen that.
March 2017.
That was a good March. Yeah,
that was the March, Evan. That was the 5-week March.
Logan, Kong, Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers.
We need a Power Rangers sequel. Damn it!
Where's my Green Ranger? God damn it!
Oh, pain. I have to reboot it again.
That cast is too perfect. They don't deserve that.
Naomi Scott? What?
Naomi Scott!
They've dropped the ball. Actually, you know what? I blame audiences. Nobody went to see it.
I literally watched every cast interview with the Power Rangers cast because they were just so much fun. Man, good times.
Do you remember that first poster of them like looking up at the stars on the
I'm like, this movie's
car?
going to be the best.
Cinema, baby.
It made good money opening weekend, but then second weekend
it dropped.
It tanked.
Ghost in the Shell and all that came out and tanked.
I continuously remember Jay and Silent Bob Reboot came out, and Saban Films also produced that. And then they're like talking about because it's a similar plot to the first Jay and Silent Bob. It's like the film rights of the characters, and they're talking about there's like a court case of just like yeah, the rights are going to Saban Films. Like Saban Films, didn't they make that Power Rangers movie?
No.
Yeah, I'm really interested in it. And people were like, "It was really good." Even in the movie, it's like,
Saban's Power Rangers.
yeah. Oh man, but yeah, I gotta rewatch that. I had
So good.
Carson, I need you to watch that I need to watch the Kevin Smith films with me. It's sober.
I know. I need to go on that journey.
So fun. But yeah, you can find me all the associated links in the description below. We'll be checking out a lot of stuff in the coming weeks. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed our show, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already. And that being said, hope you have a great day, and may the force be with you always.